Hello, hello, hello. Is it streaming? It is streaming. Hello. Hello. Hello, 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 hello.
Yo.
Hi. How is everybody? Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Is my yeah, my mic's working?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay,
Can you
good.
hear me?
Yes.
Nice.
How's everybody?
Pretty
All right,
good.
I guess I got the chicken video done.
Nice.
What chicken video?
I got the censored version
Yeah.
done. I have an explicit version too.
Mm-hmm. Oh, is that something I could always if you want to use my Vimeo account to host it or something, I could always.
Yes, I was thinking about using Vimeo specifically.
Yeah. Let me know if you have any issues with that because I have an account that I pay for and I know it has like more bandwidth, but I don't know how much you have on like a default account.
Yeah, I'll host on Vimeo. That's fine by me.
Okay.
I finally moved to my college dorm, and one of my classes required me to get a Vimeo account to upload like certain videos that we're gonna do later in the semester. So I just went with the free version. So we'll see how that goes.
Jay, your hands up. What's up?
I was kind of wondering about which channel did you say that you were collaborating when you were doing this sort of watch along for the Illumination Lorax movie?
I don't know if that's public. I guess it's fine if I say it. It's Spilling the Milk.
Oh,
That's
them.
the
I know
channel?
them.
Yeah.
I know them. They seem cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I was wondering, like, why pick that movie in particular, and not the other Illumination movies?
I don't know. I don't know why they picked that.
I haven't seen their content recently. I should probably watch that.
I will say the only Illumination movie that's not terrible is like the first Despicable Me movie, but it's kind of like average. It's like every other average animated movie, but just not terrible. I think they really just they really like dropped off once they realized that they didn't need to try. That's why you got like movies like Hop and everything else.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just looking at the channel right now. I just
They're gonna
realized
be
that
doing a bird
they kind of
movie.
look like a copycat of Microwave Society.
Yeah, actually, I want to talk about that real quick. The bird movie, the
birds.
What do they call
They're
it?
making a
They're
bird
calling it
movie?
migration. Like
Oh.
the very first teasers I saw of that movie was like trying to hype it up as like being this epic. Oh, they're gonna go on a journey across like Canada or something,
It's
like
gonna
in
be
the
a Pixar
wilderness.
movie.
And then the second trailer pops up, and they're just in New York now. Like it's literally just Secret Life of Pets 3 at this point.
Why
They
is
always
it
go
that
for New York.
Why is it that every animated or just kids movie in general is always set in New York when it's just so lazy, honestly, how so many kids movies are in New York?
Because going New York is kind of thing
I
compared to the
get, you know what,
70s.
why it could be? It could be because they want to have a setting being like a big city, but
Oh, there it is.
but like they can't do that for live action movies because they always film every movie in Vancouver. But in animation, you can just pick whatever city, so it's easier to pick New York in that
You
case.
reminded me how the 8th Friday the 13th was filmed in Vancouver, even though it's called Jason Takes Manhattan.
Of course.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm just gonna I'm just gonna throw this out there for anybody that's interested. The top post in the Charlie Kaufman subreddit, and the subreddit name is just Kaufman, Kaufman. There's apparently a Zoom workshop with Charlie Kaufman and Boots Riley. I guess about screenwriting, and that's happening on Monday. And you can RSVP and sign up for it on the link that's shared on the Kaufman subreddit. It's at the top right now.
I'll be in classes probably when that's happening and doing homework.
I think it's like 5 p.m. Pacific on Monday.
Okay, maybe, but I don't know if I'll still make it though. It depends on how much shit I gotta do on Monday.
Monday's the 28th, right? Yeah.
Quick
the
question,
28th.
Adam.
What's
When
that?
watching the Lorex movie, what did you think about the songs that were played throughout it?
They were
Especially that
bad.
How bad?
Well,
Can
They were all
did you
bad.
know? Did you know that there was a I don't know entirely much about this particular thing, but did you know that they cut out a song from that movie that sounded a lot more anti-capitalist than I guess the movie wants it
Oh.
to be. If anybody knows about that, yeah, like
I'm
if you
not
look it up
surprised.
online, yeah, if you look it up online, you'll find like, and people say that this is like the best song in the movie, and it didn't even make it, and it kind of the song was basically just about like how corporate the guy who made all these sweaters is starting to get, and how he's like top of the class or like the CEO of this corporation or whatever, and for some reason they removed it from the movie, and nobody knows why.
Boards
It's
Boards
just
of
like,
Cinema.
oh,
What's up?
sorry.
Hey, can you hear me okay? First
I
of
can.
all,
Yes.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes.
I just saw Old Boy last night in the theater with my dad, and it was really great. I think your review is awesome.
Was that the first time you saw it?
Yep.
Damn. Okay. Great.
Did anyone see
I-
Old Boy in theaters?
I was gonna see Old Boy in theaters, but then I got food poisoning the day I was supposed to go, so I missed
shit.
it.
Ooh,
What gave you
sorry.
food poisoning?
I
Was it the
don't
pop-
know, honestly. I had like this mac and cheese.
Too
the
many
day
dumplings.
Before. It was like
Yeah.
either the mac and cheese I ate the day before, or the morning breakfast I had like apple juice. It was one of those two things, I assume.
Okay.
But I don't know. It was really unfortunate. But I have Old Boy on Blu-ray anyway, so it's not that big of a loss. But I'm glad
Yeah,
have it
I
before
was I was debating driving down to Seattle to catch it in theaters, and I wound up not doing that because Cat BF was supposed to be in town, but he got rear-ended on the way to the airport, and so he missed the flight, and so that didn't happen.
I
They were
think in
playing it in
America they did
Seattle?
this exclusive screening where
They were
at the
playing in
end
Seattle,
you get
yeah.
to hear the commentary or at least the interviews between the director and Nicholas Winding Refn, but the Showtime
I heard
got to
about that.
see-
Yeah, I heard it was
Yeah,
funny.
apparently mine I didn't have that for some reason.
I wonder if
but,
that will be posted elsewhere because everybody that talked about it said it was like fucking unhinged and hilarious.
I
I
just
heard
looked up.
something about them discussing about I think it was Park Chan-wook that said the budgetary issues that he wished he would have applied to this film.
Boards of Cinema, your hand is still raised. Was that everything?
Yeah, that was everything. Sorry, I forgot to
That's all
lower
good.
it.
Davis, what's up?
Yeah. So I was just wondering because I was just going through I was looking at your IMDb because I was just curious on what your
Mhm.
ratings were on some of the movies you've seen recently, and I saw that you managed to go see Cade, the Torture Crossing,
Yes.
the new Neil Breen film, and I didn't. I for some reason I don't use X or Twitter. Haven't used it in fucking years, and so I don't see if you do updates on stuff like that. But I was wondering what you thought of it.
It was hilarious.
Just wanted to get your opinion.
We talked about it on the most recent Sardonicast actually in detail.
Oh, fuck
Alex and I both saw it, so we were able to talk about it.
perfect. I'm gonna listen.
Yeah,
to
it was
that on my
hilarious.
flight
But yeah,
tomorrow.
that's where you go for the more detailed
Isn't it kind of
conversation.
weird that Twitter is now being involved to brand X, as I like to call it?
It's dumb.
It's
gonna work.
fucking
It's
so
Elon
dumb. It's
bullshit.
bad.
He's,
I think it's-
he
I think
literally
it's
has
pretty-
the brain of like a 12-year-old child.
Yeah.
He's
Like-
literally an attention seeker. That's all he is.
There's
He's just an
very-
I
attention
keep confusing
seeker.
X with the movie X. Which one is it?
Like, the
only
company
pe-
that owns Twitter is literally called X Corp, and it's like that's something I would have come
It's
up
cringe.
when I was
He's
5.
really dumb and
only
he's
pe-
obsessed
the
with the
only
letter
people-
X for some reason.
Yeah. The only people that I've seen legitimately call the platform X, it's like grifters on the platform and journalists who have to like say X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah.
Nobody else seems to be like calling it that. Like
Nobody calls it that.
sometimes
Nobody.
they like do it interchangeably, and the website itself, like the URL, is still twitter.com. So
I know.
Not every
Also,
journalist
I
does say
reported a
that-
tweet recently, and the report feature still says tweet and Twitter.
Great.
Yeah.
Not every journalist.
Wouldn't it be funny if
X,
you
though,
report-
So
wouldn't it be
yeah.
funny if like you reported a tweet and the response that Twitter gave to you was just a poop emoji? just like they did with all the other
Yeah, that
journalists.
sounds about
May as
right.
well be. They've like completely ignored reports
Sorry.
when I literally like reported a reply to one of my tweets where like my tweets had nothing to do with my gender at all, and there was literally just a reply of like a trans Wojak hanging itself, and it's like
Yeah,
Twitter's like, nah,
yeah,
this isn't
that
in
seems to be
violation of
pretty
our
rampant.
policies.
Has anybody tried out
And you
Blue
know,
Sky yet? Anybody want an invite?
I'm
I,
trying,
I,
but
I,
I can't
I
get
don't have
in.
an invite code. I don't have an invite
I've also
code.
used Threads a little bit,
I
and
can
they
I can
recently
DM.
just
I've got like a fucking dozen invites probably. So if anybody in here wants one,
Oh, please.
Isn't Threads
Can
I mean,
you
that- I
send me
wouldn't
the
mind
one over
that.
Telegram?
I will s- I will
what
say-
to trust yet.
I will
It's
say
pretty
though,
new, and it's gonna be a
Threads.
replacement to
Yeah,
X.
I will
Sorry.
say though, Threads has been getting better over time, and they recently just came out with a desktop version of the website. So
Oh, finally, a great
yeah, but it's
revolutionary
attached to
feature.
like Instagram, and I just, like I almost signed up,
What?
and it was like you
Is
can't
that?
have the username you want. You have to have your it has to be imported from your Instagram, and you have to change your Instagram
Yeah.
username if you want that. It's like,
You have to
okay,
s-
well,
you have
Yeah.
to-
Which in
I
face
will-
value, Instagram
yeah,
is
but
owned by Mark
You have
Zuckerberg.
to
to be
let it
fair,
go
to be fair,
of a
yeah,
lot
to
of
be fair
things.
though,
You have
I'm not gonna encourage anybody to go on Threads or anything if they don't want to. I'm just saying like it's getting a lot more traction now that like there's finally slowly rolling out all the features that Twitter had. Like I don't think they have trending topics yet. They still have like that curated algorithmic kind of like the For You page on Twitter, but they don't
Mhm.
have like any trending yet. So it's still kind of lackluster, but they're slowly getting there. And yeah,
The one thing I don't like about Threads is that you have to sign away a lot of things. Like it's asking for it's like we want to be able to look at like your medical history at one point. I was like, wait, what? Any medical history that I've been putting on Facebook
I
and stuff
recall
like
that.
that? Go fuck yourself. No,
I
That's
don't
very
recall
funny.
that.
like
But, I mean,
there's still a lot of things that he was asking about. Like, not
I
fan.
don't even use it like that often. I'm just casually like, you know what? Let's see what Threads is like now. And sometimes I just get like a bunch of posts that I used to see on Twitter like back in 2014, where it's like, you remember all those accounts that were like whitest girl you ever know accounts, or like the Dory Twitter account? Does anybody remember that era where it was
I
just like
have
a bunch
no
of
idea.
stolen tweets or memes from other accounts,
I can't remember
like
that.
the childhood ruined? Does anybody know what I'm talking about?
Not really. Sorry.
Okay. I remember that being so rampant on the page where it would just be like a bunch of accounts that had a lot of following, and it was just like liked and retweet by pretty much normies. Like, I mean, I maybe shouldn't say that word, but at the very least,
There's
like,
nothing
people that
wrong with
weren't-
saying normies. I don't know why people get offended by
No.
that word.
right.
Yeah,
There's
Right.
nothing wrong with that word.
I guess just people that aren't like super, they're not into like their niche communities on Twitter yet. Like it's kind of like the most front page thing ever. It's kind of like the r/funny subreddit, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
Like some of the most basic stuff, and that was rampant for a long time on Twitter, like around 2014. And then I guess at some point it just kind of disappeared. Maybe it's because like Twitter just stepped in and was like, no, you can't be reposting stuff like that quickly or something. But I don't know.
Weird.
Surprised
I'm
the
just
only
trying to
one that knows
remember
about
my
that.
fucking passwords for Blue Sky right now. I created an account for every one of my Twitter accounts, basically. So now I'm just getting a bunch of free invites. So I'll share. I just gotta
Could you send one to
remember all
me
my
over,
logins.
like Telegram.
I will. Yeah. Don't worry
If
If
about
you give
it.
me a if you give me a code, I'll sign up for Blue Sky. I have the app downloaded, but I just don't have a code.
Sure. Yeah.
Is
Give
Blue,
me
is
a
Blue
bit.
Sky another
What do you think
social
of
media?
the? What do
It's
you
a
think- what do
Twitter
you think of
clone, and
the
it's made
invite
by
thing?
Jack, who created Twitter. And
okay.
yeah, so it seems to have like the most promise. Bunch of furries on it. It's active. Still way less active than Twitter, but
But you're not gonna have
Um,
as many fucking bots and all that kind of shit on it.
Oh, yeah,
Like, I can't
it's
be.
No
Yeah.
bots,
much
no
more
Nazis, nothing.
tolerable and not
Oh,
shit. So
thank God for that.
I assume
yeah.
the interface is as familiar as Twitter when it comes to scrolling down to see any new tweets.
Hmm?
You know, like when you scroll down, like
oh
Like a
yeah,
very
it's
specific
similar.
way of
It's not the
looking.
same, but
Fucking hell.
yeah, I just gotta manage my passwords.
Also, speaking of Twitter, just because I don't know if this has been mentioned, but wasn't Elon supposed to remove the block button soon? Like what's
I
going
don't
on
think
with
he
that?
can, because then it won't. The
can't
app
because,
won't be
like, both
allowed in the
Apple and
App
Google-
Store.
Apple and Google Play require every social media app to have a block feature, or else you just get deleted. So I imagine like he wants to, but he's probably being told by like investors like, hey, don't do this unless you want to lose so many people.
So has he publicly backed out of it or not yet?
No, he's too embarrassed.
Yeah, it's only because people keep on blocking him on Twitter themselves and so on. Because after all of his tweets, for some reason, go to the top of everyone's feed because he's a fucking.
I also love how I also love how Jordan Peterson or no, it wasn't Jordan Peterson. It was who's that guy? Something walk. No, sorry, I'm blanking his name.
Matt Walsh.
James Woods. Yeah, it was James Woods.
James Woods. Okay.
He basically tweeted his how upset he was that the block feature was going to be removed, and Elon just responded by saying, "Then delete your account."
Yeah,
it was so funny. Like wow, child.
It's literally the guy. He can't take criticism like at all. At the end of the day, like as soon as he gets criticized, he just immediately has to go on the defensive, but to the absolute extreme. Like it's embarrassing to say the least. Like the guys, he keeps on buying. It's like there was no point in buying Twitter just because he just wanted to have a foothold on social media. That's all it was. It was just a big power play, and all it's doing is just revealing his true form as being an egotistical asshole that everyone is now starting to see. Like
he decided he wanted to be the main character.
Yeah.
He also posts the absolute worst memes.
Oh,
he's very cringe.
His memes suck so hard.
Are they like memes from like 10 years ago?
I love the posts that he made where he's like comparing himself to Batman.
Of course.
Sounds about right.
Also, sometimes he
That's
does.
kind of thing to think about.
Sometimes he does post something that would probably land as funny to other people, but the thing is, it's like he's doing it in a way where it's like so not clever. It's like, haha, oh, this thing says 69.
It's everything he does is just he's desperate for validation. He's just like, hey guys, I can meme, right?
Yeah,
Please?
it's like, haha, I took a picture of myself with a shirt that says Canada. Haha, I covered up the front.
It's so old too.
So now it says anal.
It's such an old meme. Like that's been done for fucking forever. So
yeah, and then everyone's like, he has such a good sense of humor. This is really great, and it's like, no, like it's possible to be unfunny even if you're saying memes that were funny at one point. Like,
Adam, didn't you say that he was like saying that like if aliens land, that would make for the best tweet?
yeah,
ever?
that's all. That's his first response
That's
is like
like-
just how viral he would
that's
get.
what he
He's like,
thinks
oh, I
of.
would get so much engagement
On Twitter.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
like that's clearly where his mindset is. BC467, your hand is up. What's up?
Okay, I have a couple of things. I'm gonna turn my camera on for a sec because well, I'm in the new room and
very nice.
So I went a bit of a shopping spree earlier today. I did some shopping and I went to this one weird toy store that has like a bunch of weird stuff, and I found this pickled flavored soda. You can see right here. I'm gonna taste.
I think I've had it.
You were talking about that in my server, weren't you?
it looks like piss.
It does look like piss. Let's see. Well, it smells like a pickle, so we're gonna taste test it and see how it goes.
Cut the camera if you're about to throw up.
No, that's not a good reaction.
That sounds bad.
Is it?
Does it not just taste like pickle juice?
It's basically pickle juice with some sugar in it. Okay.
Oh,
fuck, that's so.
okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I have to go.
Oh god.
I knew this would be bad, but fuck, that tasted like shit. Hold on.
Was it at least accurate?
Oh.
He's gonna go.
Oh, it was definitely
vomit.
pickle. It was definitely pickle soda because he literally just said, "Yeah, it's literally pickle juice, but with fucking sugar."
I swear.
I think it's definitely piss.
Oh god.
It was the aftertaste that fucking sucked. Like I don't know who made this, but I there were a bunch of other sodas that I could find at this place. It says here the guy. Oh, let me see if I could. Can you see this guy?
Yeah.
Lester's Fixin'.
I tried their dirt soda once. That was pretty
Oh
good.
god, that sounds funny.
Well, unironically, it wasn't really dirt flavored. It was it wasn't bad. I remember it being pretty all right for what it was, but I guess I was the only one that drank it that liked it. So
America's a crazy land. You wouldn't find that kind of stuff in the UK.
Oh, I
It's
believe you. I totally believe you.
We just sell Coca. It's like we sell American like mainstay stuff like Coca-Cola and so on, but then we got our own stuff like Ribena and like Robinson's fruit juice and stuff like that. We get like Prime as well. Like, and the Prime is getting ridiculous. Like, we are now overstocked on Prime. Like, it was literally selling out within minutes, but it's now just being overstocked at this point. It's
at the
getting
grocery
beyond point of
store.
hilarious.
At the grocery store that I work at, or used to work at, because I might get a new job soon, we had a Prime display that had like a cardboard cutout of Logan Paul holding Prime, and it was the most cringe shit ever. And it was like, we had it for like several months, but it's no longer there. But it was there for a while, and it was like, why is this here?
Prime is like banned in Canada now.
Yeah, it's really bad. It's really bad for you.
It's like yeah, it's like the amount of caffeine.
Yeah, wasn't there like a study recently
happening around him?
It was basically it's like, because they're trying to say it's a hydration drink, but actually it's
No.
not a hydration drink because there's no
I
salt.
thought it was an
in
energy
it.
drink.
He's
There's-
in legal
No, it's a
trouble,
they
isn't
call it
he?
high. Yeah, they call it hydration drink because they're the hydration sponsors of Barcelona Football Club, Bayern Munich Football Club, and Arsenal Football Club, and everyone's called them out on it because the fact, so it's not a hydration drink, it's just a pop drink. That's pretty much what it is. Like,
I would
and
also like. Sorry. Go
yeah,
ahead.
it's like it's because there's a guy that does like a lot of health videos and stuff like that, and he basically was pointing out all of the discrepancies in his like in all the things. He's like, you need to have salt in your water because the facts are you sweat salt, so you need salt in your is like in water and so on. Even if it's a tiny bit, you need certain things in water, and they're just taking it all out of Prime. So it's not a hydration drink. It's really unhealthy for you. It should just be drunk like a fucking Coke, pretty much. Just use it as like a nice drink to have. But it's not good for you. It's a lot like Coke. Just
I mean,
really bad.
it has like fucking what was it, like at least 3 cups of coffee or something in caffeine
Yeah, 3
content?
cups.
And it's like it's marketed towards
They
children,
replace-
so that's probably not a good thing to be doing.
Well, in the UK, you
It's
need to
the
have
pink
ID
sauce
to,
of energy drinks.
you need to have ID
Oh,
to
yeah,
get
speaking of
energy
pink
drinks
sauce,
in
I
the
think the
UK,
last time I
so-
saw it was I was just browsing at Walmart and they still sell that stuff.
Yeah,
Price
the woman who
believed to be
made pink
poisonous.
sauce says she got like screwed over and has no money now or something.
Yeah. So basically,
So she's kind of broke.
I got this information from Critical's video, but apparently, like after the whole debacle with pink sauce happened, there was a company that apparently like bought the rights to the brand pink sauce so that they could distribute their own, so that it would be FDA approved and stuff. And what she's claiming is that the deal that she signed with this company never paid her for anything, and so now she's claiming that she's broke because of it. And yeah, that's what I heard.
I mean, when you're the one who tried to sell her own product and people are kind of discrediting about whether or not this is edible, I bet
Also,
FDA were
I'm
kind
s-
of concerned about whether or not they could believe this woman.
Yeah, I'm still honestly like really confused at like what did anybody expect pink sauce to taste like? Is it supposed to be like a spicy sauce? Is it supposed to be like ranch or something? Like what
I
did
think it was
people
just
expect
supposed to be ranch.
Yeah,
Pretty
just like
much,
just like a pink flavored ranch or a pink colored ranch. Like
Yeah, that's my understanding. BC
it just looks like
467 was that?
Pepto-Bismol or something.
I have actually 2 other things. So
Sure.
you know you liked Hundreds of Beavers at
Loved it.
Fantasia. It was your favorite film. I have the Lake Michigan Monster Blu-ray. It was from the same. So it's not.
I'm
the same
waiting for mine to
director,
show
it's-
up.
Oh well, I was hoping to get to a watch along for that at some point. Maybe when the Blu-ray shows up, because it's a movie I actually really like a lot. It's like you mentioned how creative Hundreds of Beavers was. Lake Michigan Monster, I'm not sure. I haven't seen Hundreds of Beavers, so I don't know. But Lake Michigan Monster has a lot of creativity in its presentation and stuff, and it's really I would recommend to everyone. It's really short as well. It's like 78 minutes long, and I was just hoping maybe you could do like a watch along soon when your Blu-ray arrives.
Yeah, we'll see when it shows up.
I will say, so Mike Chess, like the director of Hundreds of Beavers, he's not the director of this, but he
No.
wrote the film and he also edited the film and did all the visual effects. And you mentioned how the visual effects in Hundreds of Beavers was awesome.
Mhm.
The visual effects in this are like really creative in Lake Michigan Monster. I don't want to say what happens in the
Okay.
film because a lot of the jokes are just like you have to see it to believe it and stuff. But I would recommend it to anyone who's looking for like a creative and short movie to watch. It's also on Amazon Prime. If you have Amazon Prime, you could just watch it right now. But I have the Blu-ray and it has like a bunch of bonus features, and there's like 3 commentary tracks on this. One of them's drunk, one of them's sober, one of them's just a bunch
Oh,
of
okay, that
lyrics.
sounds fun.
That's good.
I just looked at my theater in town because I was curious to see if they were playing any of these movies we've been talking about, and I noticed that Gran Turismo has G-Box support. That's kind of interesting.
My
I
hometown
guess,
had D-Box, my college town does not.
yeah.
Is that like
I-
40x?
I don't know anything in the specifications. I just know it's the only movie theater in town, but I don't know. It just kind of funny. Like I feel like it's the only movie I could think of where D-Box kind of makes sense because you know how like if you go to arcades sometimes they'll have like those machines that like
Okay, it
make
is one
you
of those.
yeah, but like they make you want to go on like a simulated roller coaster or something, and it's just a chair that shakes. It could be kind of like that
It
where you're driving
fits.
in those cars, but
Sure.
yeah,
I would recommend.
I just think
We-
that's I think it was just funny seeing that.
I mean, you should probably see it Sunday since the whole National Cinema Day. I don't know if every theater is doing that, but tickets.
My theater is.
My theater
theater's
is
doing $4 a day on Sunday.
They're putting Lady Bird back in theaters, and I'm seeing it. I'm really excited.
I
Okay.
actually have to watch Lady Bird for my directing class. I have.
I should
Hold on.
watch it.
I have the Blu-ray. I got this recently.
I
I
thought
have to watch
Barbie
it
was
for-
awesome, so
I'm obsessed with Barbie. Barbie
was
incredible.
really, really good. Like holy
Barbie
shit.
was funny.
I'm
It was
so-
fun.
My mom enjoyed it. She
I'm
saw it
so
recently.
My mom
glad
enjoyed
you
it.
guys
I'm curious
enjoyed
to hear
it.
what my dad has to say because he wasn't on the phone. I'll figure
My dad
out
liked
what he says.
Barbie too. He thought it was like really funny and like well written.
I chose to watch Oppenheimer instead of Barbie, and I think I'm a little bit disappointed at my decision.
I watched both, and Oppenheimer, like the third act's good, but the rest of it is like, if that movie was like an hour shorter, I would rewatch it.
It
but
definitely needed to be shorter.
I
Definitely
don't
actually
really wanna
fell
watch-
asleep. I actually fell asleep watching
I
Oppenheimer.
kind of want to watch it again, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to sit through like 3 hours of this shit.
I'm not gonna watch it at cinema again. I'll watch it at home. Like it's definitely.
I'm the
as I
same
fe-
way. I mean, even
the-
though they're still playing Oppenheimer in my theater for National Cinema Day, I'm also just like, it was too fucking long. I can't watch it a second time in theaters.
I just
I
wanted
think-
to I wanted to watch it in the IMAX mainly so I could experience because apparently he filmed it in IMAX obviously because it's Christopher Nolan, because I was expecting some amazing sound design and stuff like that, and I think I might have experienced it, but I wasn't blown away by it particularly. So
Honestly,
yeah,
it's the only movie I can think of where I legitimately almost fell asleep in the theater you're in. And it was only because the scenes were just dragging out for so long that I just had no idea what was going on, that I just kind of zoned out. Then all of a sudden I'm like, wait, what happened? Did I miss anything? And no, not really.
the other problem
There's
is
parts of the movie I like. There's parts of the movie that I think are pretty cool. I just wish that it didn't feel so bloated and it's information overload, because I just I wasn't sure which characters were which or what relevance they had to the story, and everything just felt so fast paced, and I just couldn't really soak in anything. And the dialogue, while pretty nicely written, just did not stop at all to give anybody a breather, and it was information overload for me, really.
to be honest, I think
It was
for
also
what he
just
was trying
none
to
of the
do-
dialogue felt natural. It was all just
No.
movie dialogue.
It probably depend on the scenes, but I don't know.
I mean, if
Also,
you wanted to
the
go for this
first,
kind
I
of
don't know,
length,
30
if he was going for
I
this
would-
length, I think it should have gone for a TV show kind of thing, because then he could have had a lot more time.
Oh
to,
yeah, maybe a
just
mini
slow down
series
the
would have
pace
worked.
a bit, because the pace, as I said, it was very fast paced at times. Where I'm like, this pacing is just too quick for what he's trying to explain. It's just a bit too
the
much
first
all at-
30 minutes felt like I was watching a rush first act before I lead up to the second act.
I think if you were walking into this movie without any sort of background as to this some understanding of who the people were, and the background of how the Oppenheimer and how the Manhattan Project what it was and so on, it was definitely going to be a bit of a information overload. Luckily
Yeah,
That's how it was for me.
Yeah,
I-
because
I've done a lot of research before that, so
the only reason, yeah,
I knew
yeah,
what
And yeah, the only reason I saw it because my dad asked me to do it because apparently he was very into like because he's a journalist professor and he obviously knows history a lot. So he asked me to show up there, and I decided I might as well because I already saw Barbie, and might as well do the double feature thing, kind of, even though if it was like delayed a bit. But yeah, it's a movie that I wish I could appreciate, but there's just so many things going with it
Yeah.
that just make me not enjoy it the way that I wish it did. I mean, I don't fault anybody that loved
Same.
it or anything like that. It's just I
Same.
wish it gave me a reason to kind of understand or have an appreciation for the historic thing. Like,
Is it
Yeah.
a spoiler to talk about something that happens early in the movie? Or early-ish?
I don't know. Has anybody in this chat not seen it and wants to see it and cares about that?
I've seen it.
I
Fine.
don't really care about spoilers, so I don't. You can go on ahead.
I was just kind of bothered by the fact that like they do the line early in the movie and during a sex scene, and
Yeah.
that
was kinda funny.
felt so weird. It's like, why did you do that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
there
felt
was,
like it was
like,
a bit
code.
pretentious.
That's like-
almost
that's
like
like-
blonde away.
Like, what the fuck? Why is he saying it while he's getting his dick wet? Why?
All the while
Because
later,
Christopher
like,
Nolan.
do you think
Oppenheimer basically does an
You don't
intervention
know. He may have said
basically
it
has,
when he
like,
was
this
having
sort
sex
of-
with her. Like, you know, have some creative
Doubt it.
license.
Not to mention later in the scene,
like
Oppenheimer has this imaginary sex scene with Florence Pugh's character later, and it's supposed to be taken seriously. And I almost
Yeah, that
was
was-
about to laugh, but I wasn't sure how to process
too,
when that
yeah.
All right,
happened. I was fine.
I've become Death Destroyer of Worlds. Oh.
it's like
I'm
it's like how
posting
in
a-
Cruella.
I'm posting a Blue Sky invite in the chat. Olivia, I already sent you one.
Yep, I'm putting
All
it
right.
in now.
So in the
thank you.
chat,
Yeah, it's
whoever wants it.
it's kind of like how in
Here, let
Cruella
me get
where
on
like
there. Hold on.
it's kind of like how in Cruella like every single notable thing about the character had to like show like the first time it's ever happened. Like, oh, she heard somebody say imbecile, and she's like, I like that.
Yeah.
Is this the invite to Blue Sky Studios? Oh wait, they're defunct.
No.
Oh yeah.
And now they went on
actually,
to make
never
them own,
mind,
I
never mind.
think.
I was
All
gonna say
right. So
something else
BC,
that was
BC, if
movie
you're
that was
using that
spoiler,
one, let
but-
me know when you've done it, and if somebody
I'm
else wants
typing
one,
it in.
I'll.
I am typing it in right now.
Yeah.
Hold on a sec.
If somebody
I'm
else wants
almost
one,
there.
I'll post another
Okay,
one. I
I-
just don't want to post more than are being used, I guess.
Alright,
Fablo,
I'm
what's up?
still-
As I'm based in the UK, there aren't any like writers' strikes going on over here. Really, it's all happening in America. So the British media are not doing a damn thing to really report any of this, and I'm not seeing it anywhere on my feed and so on. So I was just wondering if somebody could give me like a quick update, because I watched a Dead Meats video today when they were covering what was it, the Hostel Part 3 kill count, and at the end of the video he said, "This is my final video that it keeps to our schedule and our honors, but we're not covering any more videos by this specific studio due to the ongoing strikes and so on." So I was just wondering if anybody gives you an update
I
on it.
think something was posted in the Discord, or in YMS's Discord. I'm going to try to look it up real quick because I'll probably read it
Yeah,
off.
I
But
mean-
there was a recent update that I can.
Yeah,
share in just a
basically, just
second.
people are not being fairly compensated, and studios are being stubborn about it.
Someone
So-
took the invite code. Sorry, I couldn't sign up to it.
Because I heard the
Sorry, somebody
it's like
took
I
it?
heard that.
Yep.
I can
At
post
least
another
when I tried
one.
putting it in. Okay.
So I heard that somebody
Try
was
try
like, I
putting
think
it
I
in
heard
again. See what happens. Maybe you typed it
Done.
wrong.
I have it finally.
If somebody else took it, that's fine. Just let me know who did it, and just so I can keep tabs, because I'll post more. But yeah, this chat is just people in the call. What are you eating?
Chili and herb steak. My mom
Ooh.
cooked it rare for me.
Nice.
Yeah, since we're foodie, I thought you'd be interested in that.
Hello.
Chili flakes inside it as well. Sorry, just want to show because I'm.
Thanks, Adam.
Kind
Of
of looked a
course.
little doughy from the picture.
All right, let me mess around with this now.
Okay.
Do I
Alright.
need to put any spaces in the code? Or
I would say just
when I-
copy and paste. You can do it on not mobile.
Oh, okay. Maybe
I would
maybe
say
I'll do
the
that.
dashes and everything you want to do. You can just literally copy and paste
All
on
right, hold on a
desktop.
second. Let me do that though.
You can do it in a browser. Fablo, was your hand is up?
Because I was just going to question about like, because I think I heard in one of your podcast episodes, you were talking about like apparently one of the heads was basically just turning around and going, "Yeah, we're just going to wait until they can't pay their rent, and they're just going to come crawling back to us."
I think that was
like,
Bob Iger.
All right, I found a tweet. I'll post it in chat real quick, but to read it real quick. So from Discussing Film, the Twitter account, Bob Iger, who earns $25 million annually, is reportedly personally offended the WGA didn't agree to AMPTP's latest offer that doesn't provide them proper fair pay and conditions. Writers are asking for a measly 0.18% average of the studio's annual revenue. And then there's another tweet that was posted in the same thread that basically says the same thing was true for Netflix's CEO. I'll post those in the chat real quick, but I guess that's the latest update.
Yeah,
this world is
this will be an
horrible,
interesting
like,
tiff because
like I
there won't
mean
be
it's like
celebrities there. I guess
with the UK, I mean like it's like we're having a lot of like we've got strikes for like nurses, doctors, teachers, all that kind of stuff, and literally the government is literally just doing it, just ignoring them, which is exactly what Bob Iger seems to be doing. It's a really horrible state of affairs in general. I absolutely hate it. Like literally, especially when like doctors around here have literally they haven't been paid given a pay rise in 12 years, and they're asking basically for a pay rise because they haven't had one in 12 years, and the government are basically going, sorry, we can't give you any money because we've wasted all of our money anyway. So it's like it's just horrible to see in general.
Yeah,
like, I fucking hate this.
Charlie
world.
Kaufman was
Absolutely
talking about it. He was saying like their money comes from not giving other people money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the more that they hold back from other people in terms of compensation for their work, the more that they make. So of course they're gonna want to take more.
Yeah, and it's weird because like 0.18% is not that much. Like like that's what the writers want.
I mean, yeah, like the fucking Bob Iger could slash his pay in half, and his lifestyle would not change.
No,
his life would be literally no different if he was making half the amount of money that he's making right now.
Which makes
he's literally just hoarding
more
it.
confusing. Yeah, which makes it more confusing. It's like,
well,
what's the point?
I mean, the richest people that exist seem to have some sort of like compulsive hoarder mentality when it comes to money. Otherwise, they wouldn't be that rich. Because nobody needs to be that rich out of necessity. Nobody needs to be that rich out of even like noticing.
But what I'm wondering is like,
a
is there
difference
some
in their
sort
lifestyle?
Are they doing it because they just want to have like the most money and like pay for whatever they want, or is it like is it just because like is it because they just like the idea of hoarding so much money? Like
it's because
it's just power.
It feels like a principle thing to them. I think that they create weird narratives in their head of like, oh, if I give them this, then I'll be poor later or something. Like I think they just tell themselves stories to justify it.
I think it's power as well. They hold it's like they're able to hold all this power, and it's like going, I've got all the money, and you have to come work for me to get that money, and so on, to be able to afford your rent and your mortgage and so on. Like that's all it is. It's just power. That's all these people want. That's why literally we were just saying that Elon Musk bought Twitter as a power move to basically go, I've got control of Twitter and I can do whatever the fuck I want.
It's an ego thing.
So that makes you wonder though, like, do people in society want to have less billionaires, or are they fine with people like being rich in general? Like if they're just millionaires or something. Like, is it specifically because they have too much money, or do people in society just hate people with a lot of money? That's what I'm wondering.
I personally want less obnoxious billionaires because
Well,
like I'm sure there's billionaires that are like just like aren't in the public eye at all.
We're
like, you know.
To me it's just the basic understanding is we're talking about people whose lifestyles would not change if they were sharing the revenue which is generated by the people whose lifestyles would change if they got more of a fair share of that revenue, right? Like that's the basic all that really needs to be understood about it.
Yeah, like $100 added on your pay slip can like change your life like a lot. and it doesn't seem like a lot of money, but like just like, or even hell, even like a $50 pay rise, like you change, like, you know, you're like, oh shit, I can do this now, or like,
Yeah,
there is a
and
reason.
like fucking people are getting screwed with inflation and, you know, rising costs of goods that aren't even related to inflation. Like
there's a reason why people
cost
get
of
into
living
gambling,
is
because
fucking skyrocketed. Like,
yeah,
there needs to be some sort of mechanism in place to keep people in line with how things are becoming more expensive, right? Otherwise, if it's not catching up, then we're just sort of accepting that a certain amount of people in the middle class will become lower class and a certain amount of people in lower class will become homeless, which
Isn't
I don't
just-
think is a smart thing to do in a society that you're trying to have.
Sorry for interrupting. I thought it was just the UK that was having a cost of living crisis. My mum kept talking about it, and I thought it was
It's
just the UK.
everywhere.
It's a lot of the West. It's a lot of the West.
it's due to COVID and it's due to the Ukrainian war. It's simple
And
as that.
and not. I mean, there's a lot of it is just simply greed. Like a lot of
Yeah, and greed.
the grocery companies are making record profits. And a lot of them raised their prices under the guise of it being inflation when it really wasn't, and they just decided to see how much they could get away
what's
with.
funny about like groceries is that like I save money doing Amazon Fresh, believe it or not, because I used to get it from like stores just like in the New York area, and then like I did Amazon Fresh once, and I was like, oh wow, I've gotten twice as much, and I've saved like $40 or $60, and I'm like, okay, so the local supermarket's like charging twice for like some of this stuff.
All right.
You know what?
So
I have something
hold
I
on.
ran about.
Hold
I'm
on
sorry.
before we continue. So BC467, you used the code, correct?
Yeah, and it
All right.
worked. I
And
posted
so
my account in the chat if you want to follow me on Blue Sky. I followed you, Adam.
okay,
so
cool.
If you want to follow me, go
so
ahead.
I have more codes, but we'll do this one at a time, okay? So nobody try to get a code that's not for the person that wants one. So Travis
it.
and Boards of Cinema, you both want one, correct?
Yes, please.
Okay, so we'll do Travis first. I'm going to copy the code. And then
Can I have a rant action? Oh,
paste that in chat.
Sorry.
First,
Thank you so much.
first code is for Travis, and then second, I'm posting the second code in chat for Boards of Cinema. So you should both have codes. Let me know when those work, and I think I have more. So
you can direct. Just so you know, you can direct message people by clicking on their name.
yeah, but fuck it. If people are respectful enough to not steal codes, then we can do it this way.
This is a test to see how respectful we are.
Yeah.
I got one question, Adam.
Yes.
Do we have to make our username something exactly like our Twitter handle or
No,
something? I've never used
it's not
this.
connected
Okay.
to Twitter.
I just want
it's a separate thing.
for my account. I just
Okay.
did PC
Okay, thank you.
I got the Raymond Penis profile picture as my thing, so we're all good.
I went with Olivia Manser. Twitter forces me to do Liv Manser because some bitch took it.
When I made my Twitter account, I had to go with BC467_ because some person who made an account in 2009 already took that name.
That's an oddly specific thing to take.
All right, we're good. I made one. Great. Awesome. Worked.
Cool. And then Boards of Cinema, let me know when you're... so Nico, your hand's raised?
I'm just curious, what are your thoughts on Doom Part 2 getting pushed to the spring?
I mean, yeah, it's better. It's better that they release it when it's finished and not before it's finished. If like, who cares if it's from the writer's strike or the actor's strike or what? Who cares why?
The movie itself is literally finished. They're just doing it because of the strike.
Are you sure?
Like problem is that it was already finished.
Why would they? Why would Warner Brothers decide to delay the movie if it's finished? That doesn't make any sense.
Because the red carpet.
Because what?
Right. The red carpet. I presume, like, if it's just empty, it would be kind of embarrassing.
I mean, Barbie made record profits during the strike.
That's true. You're absolutely right.
I don't know.
Disney
Like, it
for
might not be. That might be their logic.
The
Oh,
red
like, I mean,
carpet.
it's Disney Studio, isn't it?
The red carpet for Haunted Mansion, Disney literally used like theme park mascots. I'm not even joking.
just
There was someone in a
that,
Maleficent costume.
What are you saying, Nico?
Oh, I just want to add that my biggest concern is that the new Bong Joon-ho joint is getting released 2 weeks later after Dune Part 2, and it's already what I read from that website called worldofreal.com, it says that it's got acclaim from test audiences, and it's just and hopefully
Acclaim?
Warner Brothers, yeah, from test audiences.
What kind of acclaim?
Oh,
acclaim. Sorry, one word, not two words.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
It's received praise from
Adam
test audiences.
too used to hearing the word claim.
Yeah.
Is Blue Sky a good place for like artists or like people who want to like?
It's Twitter, but not Twitter.
Oh, not Elon Musk. Okay, I guess I'll take a code. If that's okay.
Sure. Easy Games. Easy Games asked first, so I'll put one in for Easy Games. Let's see.
Yeah, I got the account thing up, so I'll just.
I'll follow all you guys. Whoever gets on Blue Sky, I'll follow you on there. I already followed Adam. I'll try and follow Lydia next.
Yeah, I mostly just want to see what it's like.
Are they letting everyone join now? It's not like by email.
For Blue Sky?
Yeah.
No, it's like invite only, but I have a bunch of invite codes because I have 6 accounts. Because I'm greedy. Because I just wanted to like claim the usernames before somebody else took them. So that was my thought process.
It just seems like that's very easily exploited. Like.
All right, so Easy Game. This next code is for Easy Games. And then Aether Muse, you wanted one?
Yep.
All right, so Aether Muse, take the second code that I just posted in chat. So there's 2. First one is for Easy Games, second one is for Aether Muse.
I appreciate it.
I'm fucking rich.
Yeah, I followed you, BC. I followed you, Olivia, and I followed Adam. I'll follow anyone in this call that wants me to. I already.
Yeah. So I think the way it works is that any account that exists gets an invite code monthly. So because I have so many accounts, I'm getting 1 invite code a month on each of them. So that's why I have so many.
The only use I have for Twitter now is just like if there's like news stuff that happens because I like to pay
I'm
up to
in
date
now.
with the news. Oh, you're in Easy Games.
And then Boards of Cinema, you got your code worked fine?
Yeah, my code worked fine.
Okay, great. And your hand is up. What's
your username, Boards of Cinema? I'll follow you.
Should I
It's just at Boards of Cinema.
Boards of Cinema. All right, I'm gonna follow
should
you
be
right
easy
now.
enough, but
all right then.
Yeah, I guess the reason I have my hand raised is because you guys were talking about Oppenheimer earlier, and I just want to say that like it's a really well done movie. There's interesting themes for sure, but I just was not emotionally invested in much of it, especially with like the information overload. Like maybe I just need to see it again.
I think the movie would have done a lot better if they didn't like throw so many things at once and have the movie like that be that long. Because like I feel like I would appreciate because like there were so many shots in the movie where like they didn't spend much time to like it was kind of like Bohemian Rhapsody levels of editing basically where it's like shot kind of thing. And
yeah, I think Adam described it as like feeling more like a trailer than a movie.
Yeah, that's how half the movie was edited.
Yeah.
It was like
it's not even a bad movie.
It felt like Christopher Nolan doing like a Terrence Malick thing where he filmed like a 5-hour movie and then figured the rest out in the editing room, you know?
I've
he
only
probably
seen
just
a
filmed
couple
so
of
much.
I've only seen a couple of Christopher Nolan movies. I've seen Interstellar, which I remember watching like many years ago. I don't remember too much about it, but I feel like I had a similar feeling where I just wasn't sure what was going on throughout a lot of the parts in that movie. I also tried watching The Dark Knight, but I was watching it on a plane and I was kind of really tired at that time, and so I couldn't really finish it. And also because that movie is like memed like heavily that I couldn't really help but just notice like every single reference that I've ever heard everywhere on the internet. and it kind of makes it impossible to watch the movie that way.
So Easy Games,
like
you got
watching
in
Breaking
Blue Sky
Bad
with your code, right?
nowadays.
Yes, I have it now. Yes.
Okay, and then
wow,
Aether
we're not
Muse.
kidding. It's literally like Twitter.
Aether Muse, yours works.
Muse and Easy Games. I just followed both Aether Muse and
got
Easy
Blue
Games.
Sky, yeah, thanks, Adam. I got
Okay,
in.
cool. So Jay
I'm
wants
in
a
as well.
code.
I just followed the Aether Muse and I followed the Easy Games and I
Alright.
followed Ports of Cinema, Olivia, and Adam. So
Jay,
Travis,
Jay, this next code is for you, Jay.
Travis, what's your username on Blue Sky?
Should I post my username in the chat?
Sure, so I can follow you.
Sure.
All right, so that
I'm
the
so-
recent code
okay,
is for
so-
Jay.
So this place looks almost identical to Twitter. So I'm just
Yeah,
wondering,
and
like,
it's about just like making it grow and having like a less. I mean, we'll see what happens when it becomes public. Maybe it'll be invite only forever. Because if they're just giving away
Well-
invites every month, like great.
well,
but
the thing that pops out, the question that pops to me is like, if it looks too similar to how like Twitter's UI looks, isn't that like couldn't like X or whatever like send like a copyright claim or something? I don't know how that would work.
apparently Threads
They would-
is
they would,
also
like-
that. I don't know if you can. I think it's a bit more complicated than that.
Threads is different enough where that it doesn't really like.
Yeah,
the
I don't.
UI for Threads is much different.
I don't
compared to
know if
Twitter,
you
but
can.
This one looks almost identical to Twitter.
I mean, I don't think you can. It depends. It depends
I don't think
on
you
how.
can-
Like, there's so many clone websites that already exist. I feel like this would have been something that would have some case law if there was any merit
I don't know
to
if you
a
can-
lawsuit over that. Because this is like. I don't know.
How much can
I
you
guess-
copyright an interface?
Yeah,
like, it
I
just
don't
makes
know.
me think of like that time when PUBG tried to sue Fortnite for stealing their gameplay style. It's like you
I
can't
guess it's
really
more
do
of
that.
a. I guess it's more of an issue of like when you have the idea of a website where you basically post like very small statements or sometimes photos or videos or whatever. You're most likely going to have something that looks nearly identical to Twitter because that's what Twitter is. And so I guess like trying to make it look different
And
or something.
yeah, I mean,
is going to be difficult.
And also with the way that Twitter is going, like it seems like Twitter is actively trying to not be Twitter anymore. So who cares?
Yeah, Elon wants a new site for whatever
Yeah,
reason.
yeah,
even though he paid
he's-
$44 billion for this one.
He wants
Yeah.
Twitter, but with
I
blackjack
really-
and hookers.
I really hope I don't know if this has happened yet, but I really hope he's stupid enough to drop the trademark or registration for the word Twitter and even the logo for the bird, because that would be basically that one episode of South Park where they claimed the Redskins. Where somebody could claim that trademark and just make it as their own company. Like here at Twitter, go fuck yourself.
You sure you didn't just watch Peter Pan again?
Aether Muse, your hand is up. What is up? What's
Oh,
shaking?
First of all, I want to say I completed my first two 5-star raids this month in Pokemon Go.
Oh,
Neat.
I didn't even know you. I don't even know what a raid is on
Oh, yeah.
Pokemon Go.
5-star raid is where you can beat a legendary, then you can catch it. So Xerneas is the first one I got. Then I got one of my favorite legendaries.
I can't see it. What is it?
It's
What?
evil. It's the legendary from Y.
Oh, okay.
Yveltal.
Yeah, Cat
Yeah,
BS
so I-
still plays Pokemon Go.
You know, to brag about
I
something.
play Pokemon Go every day.
There was a Pokemon Go festival thing in New York the other day. couldn't
And the
make it,
game
but-
didn't work.
So,
did it not
can I?
work?
So
Oh, no, that
every
was Chicago where they had a big Pokemon Go
I'm so
event
sorry.
and the
I'm so
game
sorry.
just didn't work.
sure,
Nobody
Aether Muse. One more
touched the
thing.
Legendaries.
I'm so sorry. One thing I want to mention is that I'm gonna sell these Pokemon cards that I decided to sell.
Mhm.
These I have more emotional value to me, so I'm not gonna sell those. But I'm gonna sell those because I'm gonna fund a 2-week trip to Japan. Yeah.
Okay.
I
You're
want
gonna
to go to
eBay
Japan
them?
for- What?
You're gonna sell them on eBay?
Like, no, I'm trying to find a way to sell them. It's like, not on eBay because my eBay's.
There's Blu-rays I
Not
want to
bad
sell that I don't need anymore, but I wanted to brag about something. I ended up getting 100% completion on Pikmin 4, as you can see.
Oh.
It took me like, yeah, I got 100%.
I haven't even
completion on
started that
Pikmin
game.
4.
Should I
Yeah,
start with
sure.
Pikmin 1? Is that the Pikmin I should start with?
I'd say
No.
so. What? No.
One.
Maybe
does it even matter? Is it? It's not like
gets
that
so
too
advanced,
story
but
focused,
it's kind
right?
of hard when you
It's
I
play a long
will
pitch.
It
note
really depends on what you're
immediately
looking
that
for.
Pikmin 1 has like a hard time limit to beat the game, I believe.
Oh.
I think it's one of those.
I beat all of them. Don't start with
Yeah,
two.
me too.
Don't start with 2 because it's you have to play 1 to understand what happens at 2. But you can start with 3 or 4 easily and not know everything that goes on.
Interesting. I started with 2. I went
Me
from
too.
2 back to 1, and then to 3. I haven't played 4 yet.
I started with Pikmin 1, and then I accidentally drowned all my Pikmin in a river,
Oh, no.
and it traumatized my child self so much I never played Pikmin again.
You
Goodbye,
monster. Bye bye, Pikmin.
Bye bye.
I don't think you would have survived Tamagotchis.
I didn't know they could drown.
They still haunt your.
I'm not sure
Olivia,
if
what
it's a
game are
hot
you
take
playing?
I'm not sure if it's a
Wash
hot take or
Simulator.
anything, but ever since the Barman Harvest still being discussed last month, it made me think about like people
Games.
watching these double features to each other, and also made me think of something like, say, remember when Grindhouse was basically a comeback for people to watch double features? And I was thinking to myself that the reason why it failed is because maybe if Quentin Tarantino and or Robert Rodriguez were to sell it as a limited event for a double feature
90
event, maybe they would have made more profits if they just sold the films after they did the double feature event and basically still sell those movies individually. And made me think about what type of other companies are gonna sell off on the whole Barbenheimer / double feature phenomena.
I
that's
don't know
happening in more
how
theaters.
I don't think
it's
it's
gonna
gonna catch
happen.
on. I think
Because
I
it's
think this was
something that's
lightning in a
happened
bottle.
before. It happened with Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal.
Yeah.
I
Saw
think it's just
Patrol, like
I don't know. It's just the lightning in a bottle.
I see
I think
people
this is like a
fall for
special
Saw
moment.
Patrol, and it's so weird to
Sketch
me. 'cause
screen.
It's so obvious.
What's up? Your hand is up. Sketch screen.
I mean, it could be interesting just to see another event like this again.
First of all, is my mic getting good? Can everyone hear
It's
me?
fine.
Well,
I can hear you.
okay. So I started Twitch streaming last week. It's been pretty fun so far. Just making fun ad sets and all this cool stuff. I know you do lots of Twitch streaming, Adam, but so do you have any like advice of how I can make them better? Or
well, I don't. It depends on what your stream looks like right now. It depends on what you want to do. Some people do fucking like what are they called? Like avatar VTuber things. Some people have fun doing that.
I got that one.
Nice.
I kind of want to. I kind of want to get one of those.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I almost want to try doing that at one point.
I would need to make a persona first.
Would it be?
I don't want to do it for April Fools because I wouldn't want to do it so insincerely.
But I just had a really bad idea, but I'll say it anyway. You could have had like a Big Man Tyrone VTuber
Maybe.
model.
Yeah, I mean,
or like a PNG tuber.
Yeah, we'll see if that ever becomes a possibility or what I do, because most of my streams are just like me editing anyway.
Yeah, Fanboy does it.
Yeah.
Well, like make a
if I don't know if I'm the best person to ask about growing on a platform like Twitch because I don't really do the things that I guess I should be doing if I want to. There's
Very
you
individualized
can
from
look
other
at
people.
Yeah, and I have the benefit of having an audience outside of Twitch that I can tell to join my Twitch stream at points. There's certain types of streams that you can
kick out
do.
of Twitch and go for a different platform like Twitch.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening with Twitch. So my contract expires sometime in next summer. And if I renew the partnership contract with Twitch, it'll say that I'm not allowed to multi-stream on other websites. But my current contract already says that I can't multi-stream video games, and I've just been doing it. So maybe I'll just like do it, and if they never notice, they never notice. I don't know. I don't know how to improve
I've always
someone's
found that
Twitch stream,
interesting because, like, you had Tora on your streams even though he was
though.
banned.
The entire
right?
time he was banned, I had a banned streamer on my streams.
Yeah, and
and
they
no one
just
ever
never
cared or
noticed.
noticed. And it's very bizarre that they noticed Tora continuing to make new accounts. They noticed that.
I was about to say, yeah, that too. All because he said faggot.
Yeah,
in
but he didn't
chat.
even. But we don't even know if that's the why it happened. We've still never got like a
Yeah,
real
they don't-
response.
They don't tell you.
Yeah, and it
sucks.
wasn't even the
Was it-
word. It was spelled Fageet. It wasn't even the real
Wasn't,
word, and we don't even know if that's why he got banned. Like he never got an answer. Well, how long was that? Like fucking 3 years or some shit? 4 years? How long was he banned for?
I'd like to remind everybody that at
2
one
years.
point,
2
I'd like
years.
to remind everybody that at one point Twitch did ban the word simp for a while. I don't know if
They
that's still
did.
going on, but
Yeah.
Wasn't Hasanabi banned for saying the word cracker?
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe so. I don't think he's banned anymore.
I've never been
Yeah.
banned for
Hassan-
anything.
Hassan
I've literally
was-
never been banned on
people that-
Twitch, which is
people
insane.
that big that get banned usually don't stay banned for very long because there's like a huge outcry from their fans that like demand that Twitch.
I don't know if
Bring it
that's
back.
why.
Like I show me.
I don't know if that's
Well,
why.
also,
I feel
don't
like a lot of
forget
people just
Fanboy
get
and
short bans
Catboy.
anyway.
Ever.
A lot of people that get
The
banned
Fanboy
just
and
get like,
Catboy bans were insane.
yeah, like it'll just say that you're
guy
banned for a month or whatever, or 3
Who's that?
days. And I think the more popular you are of a streamer, probably that plays into the algorithm of how long you get banned for.
So
Who
I
knows?
should
I like
see-
there
I
are
should
people
see
that
Flash.
push the limit like so hard that like it takes them years for them to get banned.
Yeah,
It's
yeah. I will be back in a few minutes. I'll be
Okay.
back.
Easy Games, I wanted to mention something. We talked about this during the Discord server and Olivia's like Saw Marathon. You mentioned about like the Ninja Turtles collection. I bought it
Mhm.
recently.
oh nice, awesome.
Yeah,
have you played it yet? Or
yeah, I played it earlier today. When it was on the shopping spree, I got this shitty soda, the pickle soda that I got.
oh no.
I got the Ninja
I'm
Turtles
sorry for
collection.
interrupting, by the
Oh,
way. I'm sorry
Go
for
ahead.
interrupting, but I wanted to show you guys. So these, I won't show all of them, but these are some of the Pokemon cards that I'm selling. First off, my secret rare Ninetales that I got recently. My secret rare throughout Ninetales, and I got some first editions here.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I'm gonna sell those. Hopefully, I should get some money for selling these, but Ponyta, Charmeleon, Vulpix, Charmander. I don't have Charizard. If I did, I would have thousands in my pocket right now. Anyway,
How long are you
that's-
thinking of staying in Japan exactly?
what?
How long are you thinking of staying in Japan?
2 weeks, and I want to bring my mum, my uncle, his girlfriend, and my 11-year-old brother Tyler.
Oh, that's nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool. I've always wanted to go to Japan. Anyways, but going back to EC games, you were talking about Ninja Turtles. I actually did play a bit of it. I tried the NES game. It's shit. And then I also
Yeah.
tried the Turtles in Time arcade game that was in the collection. It's awesome. I'm glad
Yeah.
you gave me I'm glad you recommended that to me because like it's an awesome collection for what it is.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that game. Although I feel like the Super Nintendo version of Turtles in Time is a little bit better, even though like both the games are pretty good. I think the Super Nintendo one just has a bit more content and a bit more levels to it, and so that's kind of why I prefer to play that version. Although either version is completely fine, but yeah, I love the music in the Super Nintendo version is super nostalgic to me. It's very like high paced and stuff, and
The music in
actually-
the arcade game was awesome. The music in the Turtles in Time arcade game was fucking awesome. I really enjoyed
Yeah.
playing it, listening to those
Yeah.
tunes.
yeah,
always wanted-
yeah, it's great.
I always
Although-
wanted to play the Hyperstone Heist.
Is that,
Yeah,
is that in here? I want to see.
Yeah,
it.
that's
pretty
in
sure
there.
that-
That is
it
in there.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, that's actually that game is very similar to the Super Nintendo version of Turtles in Time. It's just a different like game entirely, but like the engine is very similar. Like the controls are almost identical. I played it and it's pretty nice. There's not nearly as much randomness to the enemies like there is in Turtles in Time. So a lot of it seems very scripted, but it's still pretty good. I'd recommend that one as well. Although it gets pretty hard later in the game, but yeah.
Yeah, I want to get that new the other game, the other new Ninja Turtles game that came out recently.
Shredder's
Shredder's
Revenge.
Revenge?
That's
Yeah,
getting that's getting DLC next week. Actually, that's getting DLC with wasn't it like Samurai Rabbit and like one other character?
Yosagi Yojimbo. I think that's
Yosagi-
the name.
When's the DLC coming out?
I'm surprised I know
August
that.
30th. August 30th next week. So
all right, I'll have to take a look at that. Is it a free download?
I think it's paid DLC, but it's not that expensive, so you don't have to pay that much.
Okay, is it available on the Switch? Because that's where I have my game on.
It's on all platforms, I think. I have
right,
it on
cool.
my Xbox via Game Pass, but
Travis, I see a kitty in the background.
Yes, and yeah, you do see it. The name of the cat is unironically Twitter. Yeah.
Oh.
They were named.
Does he
like...
chase birds?
I'm sorry, your cat is called X now.
Oh, I'm surprised no one's made that
called
joke
her.
yet. No one's made that joke to me yet, but
I said at a party, I was like, is everyone keeping up with X? And then someone was like, don't ever call it X, that's disgusting. Call it Twitter.
Everyone calls it Twitter, even like other websites.
Yeah, look, like I said before, the only people that call it X is like Elon Musk, the grifters that still use Twitter, and journalists that have to, because like that's technically what the name is. Nobody else
think
really
of all
wants to call it
those
X.
think of all those restaurants that have like a Twitter and they like have like a
I was just thinking about
piece
that,
of
like,
paper and it's got the bird. It's like you gotta update
that. And here's the thing too, like old versions of Twitter, like even if you go to some restaurants or like just anywhere that has like a logo for Twitter, it's still the bird. It's just an older version of it. Like nothing's really changed. And the same thing was true for like Instagram before they changed it into like that gradient kind of like camera sort of looking app. Like even though like they're older versions of those icons, you can still tell like what it is. So to change your entire brand to just X makes no sense, because now all the other places that have Twitter in them are just going to be outdated.
I just had the thought of calling my cat X now, and it makes me want to kill myself.
Makes you want to X yourself.
Hit myself.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft. Yeah, you're right. You're in Minecraft specifically.
It makes you want to press the X button on the window for Minecraft.
Okay, that's enough.
It makes you want to
Press
switch
the
out the
X
triple X just to
button
get rid of the font of
Minecraft.
X.
Do you think he called it X, or do you think his obsession with X is because it's like you could kind of say extraordinary? Do you think
Well,
that's it?
according to someone, I think
I'm trying
X
to
was
think of
basically a brand he always wanted to make before he bought Twitter.
But is it
So
because it's like
yeah,
kind
he
of
tried to rename
passion
PayPal
project
to
for a
X.
long time.
X is the name that you change. X is the name that you change your name to when you get mad at your parents for grounding you or something when you're like 11 or 12.
He named his child X-A12.
That is the worst child name ever. Factually, the worst
literally
child.
ever.
Yeah, embarrassing. So embarrassing.
What's their names, though?
X-A12.
What's their nickname?
I don't know. Just call the kid Ash. Whatever.
Elon Musk's son. Literally
Ash
just
is a cool
that.
name.
Other child.
Oh god, you're
child
Elon
number 12.
Musk's kid. Okay.
Child underscore 12.
How about name him Elon Musk Sperm? You know, something like that.
Probably a fine
Like,
child.
just call him.
That child's
gonna-
probably going to grow up to be like the other children and disassociate.
Yeah,
He'll name his child after the hash function.
Or he'll become a massive psychopath and become a serial killer. It's one of those options, really. So
I wonder how far you can go with names. Like, do they just allow any sort of like name for people? Like, can you
There
name
are
yourself?
rules.
I think
like the original
I think the cutoff
version
point is
of
Hitler.
X-A12 was written with like numerals, and he had to change it to Roman numerals because the state literally just wouldn't let him do it because it's so fucking ridiculous.
Can you
name
someone Mussolini?
Well, because I'm thinking of cases like when Prince changed his name to something like to his artist logo, but you couldn't pronounce it.
Yeah,
I'm googling.
You better check
Oh, and
the
Madonna
difference
had
between
just
the US
one
and the
name
UK,
only
Jack,
and no last
because
name.
that's always going to be a problem.
Yeah, you know it's more expensive in the US to change your name. I think it's like
Really?
$40. And then
Yeah,
back
it's
home,
more
I think it's
expensive
like
to
a
do
tenner.
anything in the US. They charge people $9,000 or more than that to get a fucking ambulance, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, I got like some things to change my name legally, and I still haven't.
I
done it
live
yet.
right next to a hospital, so I'm lucky. I can just walk.
Sorry, I just looked up a website. I just looked up a website of like the worst baby names ever, and I just laughed at Britney, Shakira, Beyonce.
Huh? I mean, yeah.
All one name.
Yeah, all one name.
Is that all the
one
first?
name.
Is that
I
all the
thought you
first
meant-
name?
Oh,
No, it's somebody literally named Britney, Shakira, Beyonce.
That's some Renesmee shit.
Here, I'll post a link in the chat. Some of these might be
Uh,
pretty funny.
That's
I
a
haven't looked at it
bad
all yet.
name. Wow.
So
And that's only number 6 on the list.
Can I need to ask a question. So for those of you who used Blue Sky codes, was there anything from those codes that linked back to the account that I used to generate those codes? Or did you just show up on the website and it didn't say anything? Did it say
I
like
can answer that. It just showed up on the website. It did not
just showed up on the
any
website.
account.
Okay.
Yeah, it showed up on the website. It didn't ask me for like, hey, here's some people, or it didn't ask me for like my interest. It didn't ask me for like anything that
Me
most
neither.
other sites would be. It just like, here you go. You're in now. Welcome.
Same.
You've been born.
Cool.
The only thing the only thing that I got were like a bunch of people like recommended for me to follow, and I don't know who any of those people are. So
I made like one post on Blue Sky saying, "Hey, I'm new here," and like 4 Spanish accounts started following me started liking my tweet, that Blue Sky post for no reason at all.
Me too. Yeah.
I followed
Hola.
Adam and I followed my friend Shay, and that's it.
I followed Adam. I followed Olivia. I don't know if I followed anybody else.
You can follow me. I followed you, Easy Games.
pretty much
Yeah,
followed
I saw
everyone
that.
in this chat.
Fablo.
I'll probably play around with this a bit later, but I just wanted to get an account just so I could see like what the place is like.
Sure. Fablo, your hand is up. What's up?
Could I get a code for Blue Skies, please?
Yes.
So far for Blue Sky doesn't have like
That was
any
kind of
main
adorable.
channels. Like
I'm being
a
very
A24
polite
just to see what
Britishman.
happens,
I'm
but
just
so
gonna
far
sit
it's
here and
just
wait.
random friends or people that are kind of new to this social media platform.
Pablo, I can relate.
Oh yeah, while you guys were doing that, I made my own Discord server finally. I was in Olivia's Discord server a lot, and I finally decided to make my own. If anyone do you want me to give you guys invite links to my Discord server? Or
I didn't even know there was a Discord server. That's a question I've genuinely been afraid to ask, honestly.
All right. So this code being posted in chat is for Fablo.
I did make
Awesome.
a
Thank you, Adam.
server.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I got invited because I'm a cool kid.
It's not super active or anything. But I announced my streams there and stuff.
Okay.
I'll be streaming Fall Guys while high tonight.
Would I?
Apparently they updated the vault. Hopefully, they got rid of a bunch of the really shit levels the new season added.
Wait, if you're doing
The
in
new-
streaming, don't they ban people who try to take hallucinogens during streaming?
It's legal in my state, and it's not a hallucinogen. It's just THC.
Yeah, I mean, which is it's technically a hallucinogen, but in larger
I don't really
dose.
hallucinate. I mean,
it technically is considered one by but technically.
My eyes do not hallucinate anything when I'm high on THC, but sometimes there'll be like weird formations in my brain.
Are you allowed to
You
drink
take too much, you
booze?
stay up too late, you see the shadow people.
I can drink booze.
No, I mean
it's
allowed to drink
gross.
booze on stream. I didn't get to finish my sentence.
Oh, you can drink on stream.
Booze
like
can
fucking
make you hallucinate.
Fiznom did like a
True.
fucking drinking stream more than
I'm
once.
convinced that there's like. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Fablo, your hand is still up. I don't know if you had another.
Oh, sorry, dude. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, let me know if the code worked fine.
Yeah, it works perfectly. Cheers, mate.
How many of those codes do you have left?
I have one code left.
Can I claim?
Go for it. All right.
Please, thank you.
I'm
And
honestly like
and
pretty
just
con-
FYI, if there's anybody in chat that wanted one but didn't get one, I'll have more next month. So.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, I have an alt account too that I'd like to get a code for later, but I can wait.
Yeah,
I will say though, like
give this one to Jay.
regarding like things you can do on a stream, like I'm honestly convinced that Kick just doesn't really do much in terms of like terms of service. Like,
All right,
like
this code
I
is
don't know if
for
you
this
can ever
code is
get-
for Jack. In
Sorry.
the chat, code is for Jack. All
I
right,
just wanted to say I'm sorry for constantly interrupting everyone.
It's
throughout
okay.
This whole thing. It's.
No, you're fine.
But,
I do the same thing.
I was gonna ask Adam, is there a GIF of John Favreau doing this Hitler salute thing, like in?
Olivia has a
yes.
GIF of that. Yes.
Yes, I do. I made it an emote, and every time I enter Adam's stream, I like to greet him with it.
Yeah.
To me.
But it doesn't get
Arigato.
banned whenever you send it,
I
right?
will send it.
Easy Games, you were saying something before?
Yeah, I was just trying to talk. I didn't. Yeah, so I just am not convinced that Kick is really doing anything to like punish streamers that misbehave on the platform, because I get the impression that
thank
Kick
you,
just
Adam.
is kind of like an anything goes type
They're
of
pretty hands
streams.
off. But I mean, I don't know, because it's a Twitch clone, and Twitch is already a platform like where like the community that you get is basically just the community of the streamer. You don't really get a lot of people from other communities joining a stream unless you like get rated or something, right? So even if there are, you know, things that are on the website that shouldn't be or whatever, like I don't really care that much, because it doesn't really, it's not like YouTube or Facebook where it's like actively feeding you that, in my opinion.
Well, let me be clear though, that I'm not really shaming anybody that uses it. Like, I don't really have a problem if somebody wants to do it, because there are definitely some decent reasons for why somebody would want to use Kick. I just think that like the website's going to have a problem in the future where they just don't handle some of the like massive things that have been happening with the platform. Like there was a whole thing a couple days ago with FuzzyTube, where he basically got arrested on stream, and Kick like didn't do anything to like tear it down, even though it got like really intense and stuff. So I just don't know if like stuff like that is going to be good in the long run for the website.
We'll see what happens, but I mean, like if I'm you know, multi-streaming
but again,
anyway, it might as well.
I'm not here to say like anybody's wrong for using the website. That's not at all. I'm just saying like I don't know how long this is going to last, because
people got mad at me for using it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like, you know, at a certain point in history, people were freaking out about people using Pepe, but it's like you can reclaim that by just being a good community that does it. And then it isn't just bad communities using it. Then it changes the context if you're willing to participate and just be a good example.
Yeah, it's like, but it feels like in
There you
throughout
go,
history, even before the internet, they've like white supremacists have always taken something that isn't theirs and made it a white supremacist thing.
Yeah, they have
Like,
a
that's
Rumble,
even
right?
like the you know, like with ska music, like the skinhead movement wasn't initially like a, you know, white supremacist thing, and then they were like, now it is, and yeah, and it's like that sucks. It's just like we kind of like let them have it.
Is ska music white supremacist now? Is that what you're saying?
Well, like the skinhead thing, right? Because like that was you know, This Is England. You've seen it, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
the movie.
That was like kind of what he was talking about, like how it shifted that way.
I liked that movie a lot.
Jack, did your code work?
Yes, thank you
Good.
very much.
Of course.
I just follow you, Jack.
I'm happy. Thank you.
Yeah, like didn't that happen with Rumble, where like it wasn't white supremacists at all, and then all of a sudden like the ones that were getting banned from YouTube just moved to that platform?
They definitely changed their focus as a website. They saw where they could exploit a user base or appeal to a user base, and they just took it and ran. So
It's like what's his name? Who's the guy who roasted Nostalgia Critic to oblivion?
Everyone?
No, the really brutal one, the one you can't even. It was like talking
What?
about the flat. What's his name?
Alex?
He's really smart. He did like no, he did. He's really smart. He does like he did like
Oh,
the
folding
documentary.
ideas?
Yeah. So folding ideas. I remember he made a video about like how YouTube alternatives don't work
Dan.
because like everyone that's banned on YouTube will just go to that one, and then you'll just have a community of like banned people for like good reason, if that makes sense. That was like his argument.
Yeah, but Twitch is such a shit website that there's plenty of reasons to want an alternative other than just you said the N-word and need another place to say the N-word. There's plenty of other
'cause Kick-
reasons for
Yeah,
Twitch
because like
alternatives.
Kick and Rumble, I assume you do streaming on Rumble as well, but for a while, like
I don't
they
stream on
definitely
Rumble.
were.
Rumble's
Well, I
so
mean, you
shit
can
for
stream on
streaming.
Rumble.
You
It's
can,
good.
yeah. It's just so
Okay,
bad.
that's yeah. Well, because like who's that guy that Charlie made fun of like on stream or something, and like he was like waving
That
a gun in
doesn't
the front.
narrow it down.
Oh,
Sorry,
Sneeko.
Yeah, Sneeko. But yeah,
Sneeko.
he did that on Rumble, I think. But yeah, like those websites, you're right. Like they don't really work if they're just like a YouTube alternative for people that got banned from those websites, and that's kind of how I see Kick. Although I feel like Kick has a lot more potential and become its own thing, mostly because of all the dumb changes that Twitch has been making recently.
Mm-hmm.
Like that whole like debacle with the sponsorship stuff was really stupid. Like apparently you can't be sponsored by a company unless Twitch gets a revenue thing from it.
Mm.
I just made my first post. Is that GIF playing for you guys? Because it's not playing for me.
It's a great
Oh, I don't know.
GIF.
I don't know if Blue Sky does GIFs yet. There's still a baby website. I think that's one thing
Do
that
they
they're
support
missing is
video,
GIFs
though?
and. Do they support video? I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
'Cause
it's a matter of like trying to grow the platform so that eventually they can have all the same things.
it's like a more public beta testing sort of
Yeah,
thing.
it's in its infancy, but it seems to have the most promise, I guess, compared to all the other alternatives. Like Mastodon was so complicated, I couldn't fucking get into that shit at all.
Yeah.
I had a Mastodon account, but I never
gave
used it.
up after
Not
a
a
day.
single post on Mastodon, my Mastodon account.
I
tried
think I've
Hive.
heard
I
of
tried
it.
Hive.
What is a Mastodon?
I also tried co-host, if anybody knows what that is, but that just seemed like a Tumblr clone more than a Twitter clone.
I remember
Is MySpace
Hive
still
was
up?
Yeah.
No, co-host is what I'm talking about.
No, I just
MySpace
meant
is
like
still
MySpace
around.
unrelated. I want to know what they
Okay.
do. Oh my god,
Tumblr
it's a
actually
fucking
isn't
mess.
a bad place. I've been on there recently, and it's like, oh, this is refreshing.
The first thing on MySpace I see is Tom York surprises release of new song. I'm like, is this even a new article? No,
whenever whenever I hear
last
Tumblr,
year.
I think of the it's like College Humor sketch they did where the what was it, the Tumblr CEO realized that Tumblr was just literally just a porn website at this point, and it's just going like, fuck all of you, how dare you, you've ruined my website, this is your fault.
He allowed porn on there to begin with.
Yeah, I know, but this is a sketch. It's a sketch.
Oh, it's a sketch. Oh, sorry.
It's a college humor sketch where like the CEO is like he slowly starts to realize how much of a cesspool it's turned into with the amount of porn on there it is and stuff like that, and he's just like, the Harry Potter erotica is getting out of control, guys. Please calm down.
Which is funny since Twitter also has a bunch of porn stuff anyway, so that doesn't matter anymore.
There is a very specific sense of humor that I've noticed with people on Tumblr, where it's like, if you've ever like had like a bit with somebody, or like went on a bit, like a joke bit with somebody, where it just like keeps going and gets more insane. That's kind of like what most posts on Tumblr are like, where it's like somebody will. There's a pretty famous post of like somebody that just like posted a picture of like a hospital that had like a graphic on the floor that kind of looked like it was like blood on the floor or of like a body dragging on it. I don't know if anybody knows what I'm talking about, but like people kept like talking about how that's a pretty bad design because it looks like a body was dragged across the floor, and then everyone was like, no, because it's a different color that's being used on the floor, so it doesn't look like blood. And then it turns this entire debate about like the differences between the different types, the different shades of red, and everyone was just like, what does this have to do with anything?
Didn't the dress start on Tumblr?
I don't know.
Maybe.
I think, does anybody remember Alex from Target? I feel like that started on Tumblr at least.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Was that just some guy who just says, I'm Alex, who works at Target, and then he just became
No.
it
was some girl took a picture of some guy named Alex who just happened to work at Target, and she posted it on, I don't know if it was Twitter or Tumblr, with just the caption "Yo," because I guess he looked attractive or something, and that just blew up. Like,
yeah, that's what I mean. It was just some guy who just works at Target and just blew up for some reason.
Yeah.
And he went on Ellen. I think he got on Ellen.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. Any famous meme that gets on Ellen very much guarantees it dies.
Dab.
I bet he
some
works at
reason-
Walmart now because of that.
For some reason, when I saw the name Alex, I just thought of Alex the Lion from Madagascar for no reason at all.
That's funny.
You also make me thinking about is anyone familiar with the DashCon incident?
No.
Who isn't?
Yeah, that was big on Tumblr.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it's basically an infamous first time event for Tumblr users, and what ended up was that it basically turned into like some sort of money
Yep, I know
scheme where
this.
everything wasn't planned out. Everything looked like it was amateurish, and everyone felt like it was just a big scam overall.
I don't know if it was a scam. I think they were probably just fucking incompetent.
Yeah,
I mean,
you never know.
you-
There's a
you
lot of
never
people
had,
like
like-
running businesses that just shouldn't be. The internet has
Like the
kind
people
of
who ran the
started
con
that.
clearly weren't very bright.
Yeah.
The internet has started that. There's a lot of people that are like, I'm gonna start a business, and then it's like, do you know how? And they're like, I'll figure it out. And it's like, okay.
Yeah, and sometimes it works out,
I'm
and
gonna
sometimes it
build a
doesn't.
festival
yeah,
that's gonna
sometimes it
be
does,
in a remote
but-
island.
There's
and
like
everyone thinks it's gonna
people
be-
that. Sorry, what were you saying?
I was gonna make a joke about how I'm gonna build this resort island that everyone thinks is gonna be like this highly festivized festival, but what you get is just of clearly basic white tents that serves nothing but just
Yeah, that was
poorly
funny.
made sandwiches. You know what I mean?
I remember
It was
that.
way
Yeah.
too ambitious of a project. Really.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Yeah.
you see this happening every once in a while in the furry community. There will be someone that like makes fursuits or like sells like commissions or something. And then eventually they'll just get call out posts of people being like, "Okay, they accepted my commission for art or fursuit or whatever." And it's been like a year, and it's like I think that there's just people that just have I guess procrastination issues. Like maybe their intent isn't
Like
to scam
me.
people, but like it just eventually devolves into that where they're like accepting more than they can handle, and then because of I guess just bad ethic or some underlying problem, they wind up not doing the right thing and not refunding, or they feel like they can't or something like that. I can see how it happens to people, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah, it's
you
like
gotta
less
have
embarrassing.
you
It's
gotta have a
less
better
embarrassing
conscience.
to it's less embarrassing to just be like email them back and be like, I can't do this. Here's the money. But for some reason, some people can't do that.
Yeah, because the money
it
is
can-
probably already spent.
It's also probably
Yeah,
like
geez.
really anxiety inducing because sometimes it's like at a certain point you're just kind of committed to having to do it, but you don't want to accept the fact that you can't do it.
I think that there's a lot of people that deal with problems in the way that they just kind of hope it goes away and don't think about it and procrastinate. That's like a thing that a lot of humans do.
We have
but yeah,
a
no.
society that's like that though, where
We
like
live
we
in a
get told not
society.
to worry about things. And I think maybe to an extent which is like a bit too much. That's like most like
Trying to dull Manette for a second. We live in a society.
it's a society, and I do believe that though. Like we get told that like, oh, don't worry, you shouldn't work this much and you shouldn't worry about this, and it's like, I don't know, if you want to like worry about like what if you just enjoy working, and then like I don't really see it as like a bad thing to like be hyper focused on it, if that makes sense. But
Adam
some people
Society.
are against that.
I think that's really refreshing to hear.
I've noticed that, like, also I found that I kind of feel like if somebody keeps on telling me to do this, they do something over and over and over again, I just, for some reason in my head, I'm just like, I'm just more or less likely not to do that. I'm just not going to do it. Like, if you're just going to keep on telling me to do it, I'm just not going to do it. Like, and my mates feel the same way. Like, it's like people get on and on and on at us, especially our bosses. We just get to a point of like, you know what? No, we're not doing it. Go do one. Like, but and that's I don't know if that's to do with the procrastination side of it. Like, it's just like I don't like being got at. I don't like being told to do it over and over again. I'm like, I'm gonna get around to it. Just give me time for me to process in my brain first. Then I'll do it.
So
if you tell me over and over again, I'm just gonna go, no, not doing it now.
Olivia, is that a power washing simulator? Is that the whole game?
Yep.
I have that game actually. It's actually
But it
a
looks
fun game.
clean.
It's absolutely horrifically addicting. I can't stop playing it.
Have you ever used a real power washer?
I think once. But I do
have.
remember my dad saw me playing this and he's like, you should have told me you liked this. I would have had work for you.
You think with these simulation games, someone would just took the advice and actually apply it to their lives?
But yeah,
especially if
you
they're gonna learn a
literally
new
just
hobby.
clean with a power washer. That's the
I'm
game.
sure. I'm sure there are people that are like flying in aviation today that got their start in a Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I'm doing my coaching
Yeah.
badges for football because I
I
played Football
just want
Manager.
to. I just want to know if there's a
Literally.
farmer out there that got inspired by a farming simulator. That'd be funny.
Yeah,
Probably,
I
maybe.
play Farmville. I want a farm now.
My mom loves. Well, she used to love Farmville. She doesn't play it anymore. But I have that Power Wash Simulator game on my Xbox, and there's like SpongeBob DLC where you can clean like various SpongeBob items, like SpongeBob's house, the Krusty Krab.
You can
Chum
clean
Bucket.
SpongeBob's house and Lara Croft's manor.
Oh no.
I was
And then you
and
mentioned
like the
Farmville.
fucking giant
Farmville,
robot from
I
Final
believe,
Fantasy
is owned by
VII.
Facebook.
That's like all the
which
DLC.
is owned by Mark Zuckerberg, which Mark Zuckerberg, I believe, is changing it to Meta, which you think it's
No, he
clever.
has changed it to Meta, hasn't he?
The parent company, yeah.
Yeah, recently. Oh, he kind of started with Oculus, which is now turned to Meta Quest, which not that doesn't matter since it's basically the same thing, just with the brand change, but it is kind of off-putting that they decided to change Facebook, the one thing that everyone talks about, to just thinking it'll be clever for everyone of this generation to just Meta. Kind of.
I mean, it makes more sense than
Facebook
X at
put it to
least.
X.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Like, the company that runs Twitter or X is called X Corp, whereas the company that runs Facebook is just called Meta. So it's a parent company.
Yeah, it's still
like somebody said.
called Facebook. They just own a lot of things,
I
and
think
they
they
changed
maybe
the parent
wanted
company
to
name.
like. Yeah, I think they maybe wanted to make the parent company not Facebook company because it seems a bit confusing. Because like sometimes you might think like, oh, it's Facebook, like the platform itself is doing stuff, but you're actually referring to the company. So it makes more sense when you say like, oh, the Instagram, which is owned by Meta, kind of thing, instead of like, oh, Instagram is owned by Facebook.
Yeah, and also Facebook is just like an increasingly negative association with the name.
I have no idea how many people still use Facebook these days. I feel like the
You
only
need to
people that
meet,
are
you
there
need,
is like
you
my
need to meet
grandparents.
people plus 40 years old. They all use it.
Yeah,
and they always try and tell
my
you,
parents
oh no,
are
you
on
can join
Facebook,
this
yeah.
group. You can join.
I
this
still
group."
use Facebook religiously. Like I get all my memes from it and so on.
Facebook is only good if your like pet runs away and you need to know where it is. Like that's the only good time to use Facebook.
I think Facebook is
That's
only good
pretty
when you
good.
use it as an alternative to selling your
Good.
stuff locally.
Aether Muse, your hand is up. What's up?
First off, Adam, I have two food-related questions to ask you.
Yes.
Are there any foods that you don't like?
Any foods that I don't like? I had an answer for this like 2 days ago, I think, but I'm really not.
You hate anchovies.
Yeah, I'm not that picky. I don't even. I can't even
I
say I
like
hate
pickled soda.
anchovies because I've had good anchovies in like a Caesar salad and others, and anchovy paste is used in other things that I like. There's like kimchi that uses it and stuff. I just hate. I thought that the anchovies that were on like a chain pizza restaurant pizza were disgusting.
Like,
I envy you. I'm extremely picky, and it does not help my weight.
I'm also picky, but I'm getting better at it.
The healthiest thing I like is sushi.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sushi. But Burger King onion rings are seriously like disgusting. That's the reason.
What is
picky about onion rings.
disgusting?
I only
Burger King onion rings.
Yeah, Burger King sucks.
I haven't
I'd
had
say
Burger
Kraus is
King
not
since
the
I was a
worst.
child. I don't.
It's gotten
want
so
to
much worse
have it again.
somehow.
Burger King is like
Burger King's
actually-
maybe the worst
Burger
like
King used to have
popular
a pretty
chain.
decent.
I think they use water or something for the fries instead of like cooking oil to like deep fry it because it's always like soggy,
What?
and I'm like, I don't
Why
know.
would you cook French fries with
I don't
water?
think
That
they
doesn't
do.
make
I don't think
sense.
they do,
use
no.
oil. I
It
do
seems more
think
like
they
boiling
use
than just
oil, but
frying
it's
it.
just so soggy.
doesn't
I'm
make
like, there's no
sense.
way.
Burger King used to have a pretty decent like spicy chicken sandwich that I would occasionally get, but they don't have that anymore, and so I have no reason to go to them.
Chick-fil-A is the king when it comes
I
to like.
I refuse to go to
What about
Chick-fil-A.
Popeye's chicken
I
sandwiches?
wish Chick-fil-A wasn't like homophobic because I do like that place.
It's really up in the air. I mean, like they've stopped.
Apparently, that's why they didn't come to the
Here's
UK.
here's the thing about like my. So I don't really think Chick-fil-A is like worth going to, even if like everyone says that they are, because you can get decent chicken sandwiches pretty much anywhere.
It is
Yeah,
the
there's a
most
lot better
overrated
places than
fast food
Chick-fil-A.
chain in America.
Yeah, yeah, like
I
you could
blasphemy.
always like I don't think there's anything specific with Chick-fil-A that is
Yeah,
worth
it's
going to them
fine.
specifically.
But
Yeah,
like
'cause,
a
you
lot
can,
of, sorry.
yeah, you can get pretty decent and pretty good chicken sandwiches elsewhere. That's not from Chick-fil-A. I don't think there's anything
You can
like
get great chicken
something.
sandwiches from not Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's very easy to not mess up. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you're saying it's best to get a chicken sandwich when it isn't based on a brand, but more like a local restaurant in that area?
that could
Depends on what your options are. There's a lot of places in America that don't have a lot of good options for local things, but
No.
And
Of
also,
course, isn't there some cases where like in the area you live in, sometimes the restaurant that you hate might have to do with the way they cook in quality, where you go to something like say
sometimes there's a
East
bad
Side, for
location.
instance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
also, I will say, but when I used to get kids meals at Burger King, I remember their chicken nuggets looking like crowns. Does anybody remember that?
I do.
Something
No,
like
I don't.
that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I also remember them
but then they
having like
eventually.
a promotional thing where like you had fucking fries and just cheese dust. And he shook
yeah.
it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, they
but
do that
the,
in Japan for McDonald's. You can get you can shake up your fries.
Oh yeah, I think
Yeah.
they still do that.
You know,
I've seen a lot of videos from McDonald's in Japan, and they do things so much differently than like the United States. Like it
I would
seems like they
totally
have a
go to
lot more
McDonald's
food
in
options.
Japan. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
also remember the time Burger King had a mascot, and it was a disabled kid named Wheels.
I remember the time
from We Can Be Heroes.
I thought you were talking about the king.
There was a
Oh, right,
paraplegic character.
Adam, did you know that there's a video game
Wheelies.
for the Burger King
Named
mascot called Sneak
Wheels.
King?
There's 3 Burger King.
For the
King,
Burger
I
King
owned
mascot?
that
Oh my
game.
god.
There's also there were 2 other ones: Pocket Bike Racers and Big
Oh
Bumper.
my god, I'm watching the.
Yeah.
I
So
think it's the one you're talking about, Wheels, I believe. It
So,
looks like a very hyperactive kid who's just taking like a lot of steroids or something.
Yeah.
Aether
No,
Muse, you
yeah,
had
steroids.
one
He's taking a
more
lot of
question.
sugar off his
Aether
ass.
Muse.
I was saying, so yeah, we were saying with anchovies, I had a similar experience feeling with onion rings. I only eat beer barred ones at pubs. Burger King,
Mhm.
I'm suspicious. The second question I want to ask is, how much spice can you handle in your
A lot.
Like,
I'm a
lot.
fucking spice god.
I'm the same.
So am I.
I'm trying to remember the last thing that really. Oh yeah, it was the one chip challenge that fucked me up. Everything else I've had, I'm like really good at handling. There's like,
I don't know
and
how bad I am with
there's
spice.
a lot of places that will be like, because especially in the U.S., there's places that like there was a really good Thai place that we went to in Atlanta. And they had the levels of hot, and the top level was called Thai hot. And my boyfriend and the other guy that was there, they're like, "Oh, I've seen people try it. They can't handle it." I'm like, "Well, I'm curious. I want to see if you're gonna put that on the menu. I need to know what it's like." So I just ordered the Thai hot rice, and even the people like serving it, they're like, "You're gonna cry. You can't do it." And I was fine, and it was the best tasting thing on the menu in my opinion, and. Not just like that one chip challenge sucks. I'm gonna admit that. Like that was unbearable. But I feel like
spiciness is a new trend
for most things that exist where like it's supposed to still taste good, but it's still also really spicy, that I can handle it.
I tried to eat a bag of Flamin' Hot Cheetos and ended up having to lie down.
Oh no!
That's how bad I am with spice.
Oh no!
No,
Aether Muse wants to finish their question.
I'm sorry for interrupting you all.
It's okay. Your mic's a little quiet. I think that's why people have been interrupting a little.
I was gonna say, before I put my hand, I was gonna say, could you try the Psycho Serum?
What is Psycho
I was
Syrup?
gonna ask the same thing. I was gonna ask him to do fucking
What is
Psycho
Psycho
Serum.
Syrup?
That shit that
6.4.
Critical ate it. Charlie ate it.
Charlie
He
tried
like
it.
freaked out. It was so hot.
Worst pain he ever had in his life. Like
it was like.
Did he
6
try? I need to
million
know
Scoville or
what
some
it's
shit.
like in comparison to the one chip challenge is what I need to know.
I've been trying to like get you to eat that stuff.
Psycho Syrup?
Psycho Serum.
Serum, yeah.
Psycho Serum.
God damn.
Would you
Okay,
like-
well let's see if it's on Amazon US or something, or where I would even get it.
Oh wait, did you ever eat the Geppetto gum?
No, I still have that in Atlanta.
Eat the Geppetto gum already.
I know.
I like spicy foods, so I'm never gonna do those challenges like that. I feel
Psycho
like
serum. And
Does anyone
so
try one of those spicy foods that they sell on like? I tried one of Wendy's ghost pepper sauce, but the ghost pepper sauce wasn't that spicy. It was just like a little sweet to me.
Yeah, anything you get from like Wendy's isn't gonna be that spicy. Any chain restaurant's not gonna be that spicy.
Funny thing, going back to this pickle soda that I had earlier.
Yeah.
You know.
There was going back to the soda I had earlier, the pickle one. There's actually, when I went to go buy it, they had buffalo wing soda and buttered soda, and I had to pick only one flavor, but I went with pickled soda. Now I wanted to see how the buffalo wing soda would taste.
BC, I'm gonna top you next month. I'm gonna bring back an exotic soda, and I'm gonna drink it on stream next time I'm on one of these things.
If you guys are interested in the shitty sodas here, I'm gonna link to a video. There's this one streamer I like called Maximilian Dude. He
I know him.
yeah, he does there's this one thing he does where him and his buddies go and drink like the worst sodas you can imagine, and I'm gonna find just one of these videos and
here. BC, I believe you've told me about this.
Yeah. I DM'd you about this Eighth of Muse. I'm gonna post a link to the one to at least one of his videos. He has multiple videos of these where him and his buddies drink shitty sodas, and some of the flavors include like chocolate, maple, bacon, honey smoked soda. A soda that's literally called a soda called Barf. Unironically, that's the name of it. Here, I'm just gonna put the video in the chat. And
I watched a channel called Jello Apocalypse, and he had this whole thing drinking all this different lemonade. Shouldn't be that hard to do lemonade right, but some people like really fuck it up.
Oh no. Yeah, we'll see if I do Psycho serum at some point. I'll have to know what the because I'll have to ask Charlie. Well, yeah, so Charlie did the one chip challenge too. Maybe I should DM him.
Yeah, talk to him about Psycho serum.
He
said it was painful. He said it was extremely painful.
But this just reminds me though, like there is apparently a chip company out there. I forget the name, but they have this whole thing where they just make like the weirdest names for flavors for chips ever. And there's only one I can remember because it was like so fucking weird. That was Pussy Chips. Like you literally it's literally pussy flavored.
There we go.
By the way,
level.
I have to go now.
I don't know what the brand is, but I remember.
Guys, Eighth of Muse is about to...
I'm gonna
later.
Do my
bye.
Before I go to the of Abe saying, "Get me out of here." Hold on. Get me out of here! I didn't do anything. Oh fuck! Get me out!
That's pretty good.
I didn't do anything.
Here I am at the end credits.
You beat Power Wash Simulator. Congrats, Olivia.
Congratulations.
This is the second time I've beaten it.
Oh, the world's longest GIF is
gotta-
over.
I actually have a question.
I've just been playing.
How do you raise your hand?
No, I was gonna make a joke about that earlier.
is funny, though.
When the live stream started, I genuinely thought like your screen was just a long GIF, and then I was like, oh, it's probably gameplay.
That's funny.
Really...
Also, you say GIF, so now you're my enemy. Sorry.
I say both. I really don't care. Too.
What?
You know what you need to do? You need to start playing what's that game called? Subway Surfers.
Do I?
Well, you would do the thing that they do on TikTok where they like put like gameplay footage over like some famous audio or something.
Well,
yeah, exactly.
Now
I did it as a meme once and threw in like Family Guy footage.
All right, I DM Charlie. We'll see what he says at some point. Fablo,
has anybody ever done the Bean Boozled challenge?
It sucks. It's the worst. I hate it.
I got it as a Christmas present, but I never actually did it.
What is that?
Don't do it.
I did.
So
it's
you know how
cancer.
in Harry Potter they have like how in Harry Potter there's the Bertie Bott's every flavor beans where it's just like every flavor. It's basically that.
I ate those as a kid.
It's way worse than that. It's infinitely worse than that.
The bad ones.
I just have to wonder: do they actually make sure that the flavors are correct, or do they just like put gross stuff?
They're accurate. They're accurate, but it's just it's fucking disgusting. It's like it stays in your palate the whole day. It was there for like hours.
Yeah, I just love how like when you go to the grocery store and you just see like a whole section of just those jelly beans because the only people that want to buy them are people that like want to film like challenge videos or something.
I used to know someone who would buy those before a movie and eat them
Bean
before a
Boozled?
movie. Yeah, the whole thing. The whole thing.
Why?
Why would they sell that there?
Because I guess they just liked jelly beans.
But the Bean Boozleds are the mean flavors. You're saying that they had the mean flavors before a movie?
Well, yeah, they had both the. It was like pick your poison. It's either
That's disgusting.
It's either pear or booger.
Maybe they should do that for Spy Kids 5D.
I had the Birdie Bots beans for I accidentally ate one that was black pepper flavored. That was unpleasant.
That doesn't sound the worst. I gotta
surprise.
pee again. I'll be right back.
I hate spice. And
like
Adam
good with
never
spice.
noticed the Vexelgasm.
I hate food in general, to be honest.
The Bean Boozle people need to stop being a bunch of pansies and come out with a cum flavored jelly bean. Like, come on, what are you doing, man?
The NSFW flavored.
Actually, you know what? I'm wondering now if canonically that exists in the Harry Potter universe. Just
They're
that
not
jelly
beans, they're pills.
You know,
Oh,
while you
God.
two are talking about fighting against each other over exotic sodas, I assume one of you has heard about like different flavors of ramen sodas.
Ramune, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually have that on my desk right now. I had sushi earlier. Jump
they have,
scared
like-
my fucking Twitch stream.
Because I saw this one video where some person did like different flavors of ramen, and I think like the worst one he's ever tried is takoyaki ramen flavor.
Oh boy. I had takoyaki once and it wasn't good. Kitties.
The meal or the soda?
Olivia, what do
Well,
you think of calamari?
Calamari's good. Can
It is
be.
good.
I've had bad calamari, but sometimes it can be pretty damn good.
When I was
Calamari is
in,
difficult.
go-to
There's
whenever
a
I go
lot of
to get
places that do it
sushi.
really badly.
Yeah,
I was
my
in, Canada-
sushi place that I like to go to usually has good calamari, but sometimes it's not good, even though it's from the same place.
Yeah, ones
Mm.
I've only had like I think I've only had like bad calamari probably once. It's been I guess I might have just had really good luck, but I go to there's a bunch of sushi spots right by like one sushi spot, the one that I go to, and they all have I feel like they all make from like the same recipe or something. But yeah, I always have good luck there.
When I was in Canada, I tried calamari at a really fancy place that my family was able to book for one time, and it was pretty good calamari, honestly. The problem, honestly, is living I'm in Ohio, and we have really shit sushi, and it's like just underwhelming every time. I've had it once, and it's just
Is
so
Ohio the meme? Is that like the place that was a meme?
Yeah,
Ohio.
everyone.
I will say I think I forget where it was, but I think Adam said in a Sardonicus episode once where usually like to get good sushi or good seafood, you have to like be in an area where it's like close to the ocean.
Yeah,
that's true. That's really true.
I'm not gonna dox myself, but Seattle has great sushi. So
depends on how fast it has to be imported.
We're gonna do the final questions and comments. So anybody that has a question or comment that they want to say before it ends, raise your hand, and I'll just go through in order.
You're playing the SpongeBob DLC. I notice.
Fablo.
I just wanted to quickly point out to everybody that apparently Fire Festival 2 starting now as well. They're just sold out a bunch of free-sale tickets. Billy McFarlane literally got released from prison this year, and he is now starting up Fire Festival 2 for December 2024.
Well, I better get tickets then.
The first 100
I want to be in the
tickets
Netflix.
sold out 3 days ago, and there's
Isn't
apparently
it like VR exclusive?
No, it's going to the Caribbean, I think. But yeah, like He's got like 677 more tickets to sell up to, it's like
Insane.
from $799 all the way up to $7,999. Plus, you can buy a Fire Festival t-shirt for $60 or a Fire Festival hoodie for $200.
Of
I
course.
can't even find
Hey,
the
and
website. I can't even find the website where you can buy it. It's just people
No,
talking about the
you have to
fact
go
that he's
to
doing it.
use a website called posh.vip. Because
Weird.
you can't
You
use
know,
a proper website. You have to use a third-party
Yeah,
much
website
like
to sell
Netflix is
them.
going to
I'm gonna
convince me
do
to
that.
get
I
into
at
Zack
the very
Snyder's
least
Rebel
feel a
Moons
little bit.
movie.
I feel some sympathy for the people that attended the first Fire Festival because obviously they had absolutely no idea what to expect. I feel like if you bought tickets for Fire Festival 2, you're an idiot.
Or I think it's mostly
have-
just people that are planning on making YouTube videos out of it.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think it's
exactly.
people
Maybe.
going
Yeah,
because they
maybe.
know it's gonna be
Yeah,
bad.
for the shit
Also,
show.
But I feel like even that
Journalists,
is kind of like.
YouTubers.
But I feel like even that is kind of like just not a good idea either way because you're probably going to
Probably
be
not.
subjected to just. Yeah.
You shouldn't
Also,
be giving that guy
disclaim-
money. He's
That
such a
too.
scammer.
Yeah.
Disclaimer, basically, I don't feel
Billy
sorry for any of
McFarlane's
the
a
people that bought.
turd.
Yeah, but I don't feel sorry for anybody that bought the tickets for the first one either. Like, you just have to do some basic research. Like,
I'm just surprised the first thing that he did when he got out of prison wasn't to. I mean, I don't know if he did, but I was surprised that he didn't immediately try to get into crypto. I feel like that would have been something he would like 100% do.
Firecoin.
no,
Yeah,
the guy.
Firecoin.
if you do-
Holy
if you-
shit!
Even
imagine.
even
do the-
Skrelly
if you
went
do some
straight to-
research and so on, the guy literally sold his whole thing was that he would sell a service where he would take your existing debit card and make it from plastic to metal.
It's
and would
crazy.
charge you $750 to do so. That was his business model before he started doing
Magnificent.
Firefest.
It's crazy
that was his whole business
that
model.
there's like content creators that just really blatantly scammed their audience with crypto schemes, and they still have audience members that.
Yeah, like
absolutely
Logan
insane.
Paul still hasn't refunded anybody from the whole
Of course,
cryptocurrency thing.
it's just kind of like, well, you're
never
done.
will.
Sorry.
That's
Yeah,
crazy to think about.
Like he has all this time to focus on the shit show that is Prime Drink, but not the crypto zoo stuff. Like
Because he's not
His
intending
policy
on
to copy
doing anything
Zilla
about
was
it.
just completely performative. He wasn't actually changing anything.
Also, he's making money with Prime, so obviously he's going to be focusing on that. Like, crypto's dead at the moment, so he's just going to use that as Prime as an excuse of, I haven't got time
Wait,
to deal with it.
do we have Fablo? Is there Prime in the UK now? I haven't
Yes,
been there
there
for a year.
is.
Okay.
It literally at the start of the year, it was selling out within minutes of it going on sale, but now literally
Very
it's just
cool.
stocking up shelves. Like literally, it's just got to
My,
a point where people aren't buying it because it's not very. It's
It tastes like
overhyped.
shit. I see it like at every gym here.
It's
and
meh.
like,
It's
you know.
just meh. That's all I can say.
The store I work at
Uh,
still has Prime.
Sketch screen. What's up?
Hello. I watched. You could call me out. This is like a stupid question.
We're
I
calling
watched
you
a
out.
bunch of your.
Go for it.
I watched a bunch of your video with the Mahler and gang about the Crickle Drinker. I was wondering how that call with them went.
I mean, the call itself went fine, but the audience reaction to it is just absolutely bizarre. Because, I thought I was having like a pretty good faith
It's very
discussion,
civil.
but apparently they thought it was like some sort of internet blood sports thing, or like it's really weird. It's like they think I murdered somebody. I don't know. There's a lot of words that like direct quotes that they're using of things that were not ever said, and now it's just making me reflect on that community, I guess. Not saying that there's no good people in it, obviously there are, but what seems to be like the most dominant voices in that community are very I don't know what the word to describe it, just kind of disturbed or childish or just really annoying. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not it's weird. It's weird that like no matter what your efforts are to be good faith, to some people it like literally just doesn't matter. And it would be one thing if it was just some people, but it seems to be like the dominant
Yeah, I
voice
saw a
in the
few
community,
comments
which
that
is
were
just
like
very
getting
bizarre.
on you because you mentioned how easy it is to go to film festivals, and someone was like,
That's a weird thing for people to get hung up on. Like, I never thought that I would be speaking to any audience that would get defensive over the idea of like trying to watch movies outside of your current vision, right? Like to try and expand the types of things that you watch. And like just immediately people are like making subreddit posts like, I live in Poland, I can't see a film festival. I'm like, Sundance has been online, you can like literally do it from your computer. Like if you what these people don't understand is like Joker is a film festival movie, right? Like it's not like the types of things that they want to see don't exist at film festivals. And that's the point I was making, but they could not perceive that anything that I was saying was in good faith. So they took everything I was saying as some sort of like attack. And so now that just seems like kind of a waste of a conversation or a waste of an attempted communication with an audience. So yeah, I'm not planning on doing any kind of free content for that audience for the foreseeable future. We'll see how things go in the future, but yeah,
It was like,
that's kind of where I am.
Sound of Freedom has really rotted a lot of people's brains. I don't know. It's like such a ride or die for them.
It's
I
one of those
see
things
so
where
much like cancerous internet discourse.
It's one of those things that makes you wonder, like, do these people even watch movies?
They do, but
I'm sure
they
do, but like sometimes I just question like if because like I've never heard anybody ever talk about the actual movie of Sound of Freedom or like any of the scenes from the movie.
Oh
They're
yeah,
just talking about like the movie itself.
It's what it's about.
so strange to me.
It's very stupid.
Like I would have at least probably heard a peep of like a specific scene or something, but nothing. There's nothing.
They tried to
I
poison the
don't get it.
water. They tried to poison the water so that you can't watch the movie. No.
Yeah,
Don't drink water.
it's silly, and I'm not gonna dedicate really any time to it. It just seems like a waste of time. So
Not even for a watch along.
well, I recorded one with them a year ago that'll be released sometime in October, I think. We did some Halloween stuff. It was the Saw series.
That's why you did the Saw marathon last year. That's why your grades changed.
Yeah, like if somebody wants to have me on to just like shit on some movies or talk about movies, and I love Saw, so obviously I said yes. But yeah, it seems like if my goal in collaborating with someone is not just talk to that person, but talk to their audience, and if their audience is like 99% completely unreceptive to even considering that I could be saying anything honestly, then it seems like a waste of time, right? So
it just kind of reminds me of the whole debacle when Joe Rogan people kept like taking your quote about like COVID vaccines out of context or whatever it was.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's very bizarre, and I'm not gonna. Yeah, I don't. It seems like a waste of time, so we can just move on.
Every once in a while, my videos, like, there's always one video that eventually gets like the very disproportionately angry response, and I see like a lot of like really bad faith people in the comments.
Yeah,
it's insane.
All right, Jay.
Well, now that you mentioned Saw, I recently saw your video on the watch along with the Saw Sparrow video, and after you made comment about how Dylan Bosman is never going to make another great movie, it made me come up with this roast monologue that I had in mind, and I was wondering if you could react to what I had written out for.
Sure.
Basically, what I wrote down is Dylan Bosman is the equivalent to those hardcore horror enthusiasts who genuinely like guts and horror, but do not have the talent to properly show it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
that's pretty much what he is.
There's a lot of those. A lot of people that make horror movies are just, doing so in a really basic way, right? The standards that audiences have for horror movies are ridiculously low, in my opinion.
I tried to do a Saw marathon, but Saw 2 was so fucking boring.
It gets really funny starting at Saw 4.
I
What are you
didn't
gonna get to
give
with
a
the other
shit about
movie?
anything going on. I already knew what the twist was, and the entire time I was just questioning the twist because it's like, okay, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
The only entertaining parts of that watch along was when I kept posting screenshots from a Twitter account called Saw Quotes, which are basically just a bunch of fake.
That.
Yeah, which is a Twitter account that just has like a bunch of fake quotes from Saw, but it's like I don't even know how to describe it. It's like funny. It's like fan fiction quotes or something. Somebody would have to better describe it than me, but they're just tweets that basically are just like stuff that you can imagine Saw or Jigsaw would say in the Saw universe if it was like, or I don't know. Well, like one of them was about like, hey, you're a landlord, or hello, Jimmy, you're a landlord, and you've been evicting a bunch of people from their houses for years. Well, now I have hired all those people so they can get jobs, and now they are responsible for your life, or something like that.
Yeah.
It was really funny. I would highly recommend checking out that
Hello,
Twitter account.
Jennifer. If this isn't Jennifer, please disregard and move on to the next tape. That was like one of them. That was posted.
Oh yeah. My favorite one, or one of my favorite ones, was hello, finally you have made it through the trip. You actually do value your life. Now, before you leave, I would like you to fill out this questionnaire so I could try to improve my traps. I really appreciate your feedback.
All right, BC 467.
All right, I have a couple of things.
Yes.
First question. So you're going to TIFF actually in a couple of weeks. When are you going again?
The festival starts on the 7th. I'll be in town a day or two before that.
Okay, and I just want to know, what movies are you excited to see there?
Zone of Interest, Dream Scenario.
Zone of Interest is my most anticipated film of the fall. I'm really excited for that because I love Under the Skin a lot.
Yeah, Jonathan Glazer. I only haven't seen Birth. That's the only one.
Maybe recommend that for the
Recommend
podcast.
it, please recommend it.
Yeah. Well, it's
Also, I
Alex's
would
turn
recommend
next.
is that
So.
probably not for Sardonicus, but maybe for a watch along. Since
Yeah, I
you're
wouldn't
kind of
mind.
woke there in Bloom-Bowsen right now, I wonder if you can
It's
do
got a really
watch-along
interesting
on.
premise.
I wonder if you could do a watch along on Repo the Genetic Opera, which many
I
consider
don't
is
want
his attempt
to.
at like
I've seen it so long ago, and it didn't even connect with me when I was 15, which is like the prime demographic that you should be when you watch that movie. You know.
Yeah, same. I think that's how old I was.
Yeah. So I'll just say a couple of the TIFF movies. So, I'll be watching The Boy and the Heron. We'll see how it is. Yeah. There's a documentary that I'm watching purely for the subject matter, The Contestant, which is about that. What's his name? There was like a Japanese guy that did like a endless live stream for like months, and he had to like survive off of coupons or something.
That was fucked up.
Yeah, I never really I haven't done the deep dive into the subject matter, so I figure if it's a documentary at TIFF, then I might find a lot of it interesting.
So, like, insanely unethical.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
I'm kind of excited
they
to
like
see
tortured this poor guy.
I'm kind of excited just to see Dream Scenario from the guy who did Stick of Myself, which I recently saw.
That's in my most hyped. I think I'm gonna save Monster for VIFF because it's one of those things where it's like you can bet that it's gonna be at Vancouver Film Festival, and I know Scott really likes Correda, so it was conflicting with some things at TIFF, so I'll sell those tickets.
Is the new Todd Haynes playing at TIFF, or is that not?
What's it called?
I think May December.
No, it's not. It's not playing.
Okay.
At TIFF.
Are you seeing any anime of a fall at TIFF?
I'm intending on doing that. Yep.
Okay, that's another one I'm anticipating for
Yeah,
sure.
I don't know anything about it other than it won the Palme d'Or. So.
What one?
We got. I might catch Next Goal Wins. The screening that I would see is like really early in the morning, so I'm just gonna play it by ear because like Taika Waititi, I'll watch it, but I'm not like so hyped that I need to lose sleep over it.
He really fell down the Disney machine. Taika Waititi really fell down the Disney machine because after Thor
like
did well,
He's really annoying everything now.
We got a movie called The Settlers. We got the new. I think Steven Soderbergh is Hitman. I'll be catching that.
Hitman?
We got I think that's the new Soderbergh, unless I'm confusing it with a different director. Aggro Drift is a new Harmony Korine film, so that should be interesting.
Oh shoot, that's playing at TIFF. Oh,
Yeah.
that's exciting. That's very exciting.
We've got The Holdovers, which is the new.
Oh right.
What's his face?
The guy who did Election, 1999.
Alexander Payne.
Yeah, Mr.
Payne.
Payne.
That has old
Hitman's
sounding
Linklater.
audio,
Okay,
which
it's
I
not
don't
Soderbergh.
usually see.
Hitman is Linklater.
Oh, there's an.
Thank you, Kiki.
I've seen a lot of like
Well,
retro
let's-
movies, but I
let's
was really
link
surprised
later.
to actually hear like the lower quality audio. in the trailer.
Evil Does Not Exist is the new fucking Drive My Car Ryusuke Hamaguchi, I think. And it's under 2 hours, so I might enjoy this one.
Drive My
We
Car
got Memory,
Isn't
which
one
is
of
the
his movies
new
5 hours?
Sorry?
Isn't one of his movies 5 hours?
Yes.
Sorry
Yeah,
for
Happy
interrupting.
Hour.
Yeah.
Happy Hour is 5 hours long.
We got Memory, which is the new Michel Franco. We got Robot Dreams, which is I don't know, looks
It's
like
an
a
animated
cute.
movie it's an animated film that's like being distributed by Neon apparently. So
Oh yeah,
I'm
yeah, it looks
curious
like
how
it could be
that's gonna
cute. We got the new Nuri Bilge Ceylan film about dry grasses.
I'm just looking at the plot for our Harmony Korine's film, and basically the plot is basically about gamers and it's starring Travis
I don't even
Scott,
want to
I
hear
believe.
anything about it. I don't want to hear anything about the plot.
Harmony Korine is just gonna shadow drop every movie he makes. I swear.
And then
that whole thing is on YouTube
so
now.
what's
Will you
weird?
do a watch along?
What's weird is what's on YouTube?
The whole like Harmony Korine Travis Scott thing.
Oh. Maybe. What's weird is during the festival. Oh yeah, I think I'll be seeing Fallen Leaves also. During the festival, there's 2 movies being released that are not a part of the official festival programming, but they're just getting a release, and we might just try to catch them somewhere. The new Lanthimos film, Poor Things. So if it's wide enough, then we can catch that. And
that
then
got delayed to December because of the writer's strike. Actually.
Oh, it's not actually coming out?
No, it's not coming out this September. It's coming out December
Ooh,
because
is that
Disney-
also the case for Challengers?
that got delayed to April.
Both
because
of
the
them
writer's
got
strike.
delayed? Well, I guess we
Because
don't
of
have to
the
worry about
strikes,
it.
because like Disney was behind Poor Things because it's a Fox film, and then I think it was Amazon who's doing Challengers, and that got delayed to like April of next year.
Okay,
So
I'm
they're
comfortable with
doing
that. It'll
because of
make
the
it
strike.
an easier schedule for me. So I'll just thank you for that update because
Good for you, but bad for press. I'm actually glad that's like September is not having as many movies. There's Saw X, and then there's that new movie, The Creator, from the Rogue One guy that I'm going to be seeing, but not much else, honestly.
yeah, it's
Actually,
showing
no,
December
there's-
8 for Poor Things right now on IMDb anyway. I don't know how accurate that is.
There's actually one
And then
other movie I wanna
Challengers
see
is like
soon,
April. Wow.
The Shiva Baby director has a new movie, Bottoms, that comes out next week. I want to see
Oh,
that.
really? That's next week?
Oh right. Adam reacted to the trailer, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I'll,
did.
I'll see that for sure. And it's apparently described as gay Fight Club, but I don't want to see anything else about it.
Yeah, it could be fun.
It was paired with the Up thing in the highlight, so it's bottoms up.
Nice. Okay, I'll have to adjust my schedule to not think about Challengers or Poor Things. And then yeah,
new
Bottoms
David
I'll have
Fincher's
to fucking either catch here before I leave, or maybe I'll catch that at the festival in Toronto.
Oh yeah, one more thing. I remember now. A new David Fincher's coming out at the end of this year in November. The Killer on Netflix. The new David Fincher. So we'll see how that goes.
Hype.
You're gonna do a watch along for that when it comes out?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, and
Is it a
I have-
series or a movie?
It's a movie. It's a 2.5 hour long movie that's coming to Netflix in November
Okay.
10th.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
2.5? Did you say 2.5?
Yep. Or at least
I'm on IMDb. It says an hour and 53.
Oh, well, I thought it was 2.
I guess they changed it.
Maybe I could have sworn it said 2.5 at some point. Maybe I was reading things wrong. And okay, another thing. I have two other things. Well, one announcement. I have on Discord. I made a Discord server, and I might do a Lake Michigan Monster Watch Party if people want to join my Discord server or something. I invited you, Easy Games, to the server if you want to come visit. I saw Olivia got on my server, so
send another invite to the.
All right, I'll do that in a sec. And then while I do that, I have one more question for Adam, and it's regarding what movie I want to ask you. Do you plan on doing a watch along for Nimona anytime soon?
That's not at the top of my list of priorities. It seems like something that might not be worth the time to watch it right now.
Maybe if it gets nominated for best animated feature, you could watch it.
Yeah, exactly. When it inevitably gets nominated, then I'll watch it.
Yeah, I thought it was I thought it was decent. I liked how it handled like queer issues in the film, and I liked what it was doing with a lot of like the themes and stuff. But the humor was kind of boring, and it gave it like a very generous 7. I thought it was a fun film, but also it's not like the best thing ever, honestly. But at least it handled like queer issues well. And I think that's all I have, so I'm done now. Thank you.
Thank you. Nico, hello. Nice Aphex Twin.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. I just want to go back to my Mickey 17 comment, and it says, and it looks like for March 2024, it's a very crowded schedule. So you have Pixar's Elio, the new Ryan Gosling film, The Fall Guy, A Quiet Place Day 1, Kung Fu Panda 4, Dune Part 2, Disney's live-action Snow White, Ghostbusters Afterlife, and Mickey 17. And I'm hoping that they delay that film, because I'm just concerned that the buzz might be squandered and all the films will be cannibalized there.
Maybe. I mean, a lot of I don't know. Some of those might not be getting like extremely wide releases anyway.
Yeah,
it's kind of inevitable.
I also want to say that that new Riz Ahmed, Jesse Buckley film, Fingernails, which is premiering at TIFF. It's coming out in theaters November 3rd and on Apple TV Plus.
Okay, I'll probably catch it then, because yeah, I couldn't make time in my schedule for it. Unfortunately, I had to make some decisions.
Yeah,
but it's on my watch list. So.
And lastly, I was shocked that you gave Jigsaw a 2. But then again, I felt like that film didn't really have anything to do with Saw, even though
it's kind of offensive. It's kind of an offensive movie. It's bad.
Any movie that like has like a twist that relies only to fool the audience is kind of like
it's disrespectful. It's a disrespectful movie. It doesn't respect its audience. So yeah, I don't like that movie. But yeah, that was my re-rating on that rewatch I did last year. That was, I think, the second time I watched it. So yeah, huge drop from my original rating. Easy Games?
I was just going to ask you if you've ever seen the Spy Kids movies.
Yeah, when I was younger, but I couldn't tell you. I think I watched at least 1 and 2. I might have watched the third one also, but I can't. Actually,
yeah.
Did the third one have to do with like an island, or is that all of them? Like,
so the first one had to do with like some TV show where like the people like turn into
2 is
weird
island.
thumb creatures. Yeah,
So
the two one was island. The third one was them going into a video game.
I hear that one's really funny, as in bad.
I watched it the other day. It's really funny. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. I watched it a ton when I was a kid for some reason, but watching it back, it's pretty funny. Like
Spy Kids 3 when I was a kid.
Yeah, I would honestly highly recommend maybe Spy Kids 3. Just like I don't know, like for a watch along for Adam and Pals. I don't know. But
maybe Cat BF will want to.
It's definitely worth watching just to like see that kind of moment in cinema or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Don't watch Spy Kids 4 though. That is actually really bad.
Was not even aware there was one.
Okay, I have a funny thing to mention about that.
Jessica Alba.
So the third movie, so it's a third movie. So they decided to make it 3D. So you would like get the 3D glasses and whatever.
Oh,
the fourth movie comes out and they decided to try to do it 4D, which then that means that you would watch the movie with 3D glasses, but you would have these moments in the film where you could like take a scratch and sniff card
Oh.
and basically and they would all be numbered, and basically the number would pop up on the screen during the movie, and it would be like scratch this number
That's
on the
funny.
card.
Television.
And the funniest thing about that is that most of the time it was just like for farts. Like sometimes
Of
a character would
course,
just
of
fart in the
course.
movie, and you would have to smell the fart. Like
Fart
it is
funny.
Did they
genuinely terrible.
do we know if they include the scratch and sniff cards on home video? Is there home video?
I'm pretty sure
4D?
they do. Yes, I would not
Why not?
recommend it probably for like if you actually are deciding to watch it. But
that sounds
Did they
funny.
do that with John Waters' polyester
Yeah.
when it's required to use them? What he calls Sensorama?
Yeah. Also, I should also point out that movie I believe was produced by the Weinstein Company. So
They all were.
As
They all
all
were.
movies are.
Wait, Adam, you like that movie Dior and I, right?
What?
Dior and I?
What's
Didn't
that?
you recommend that on one of your lists?
I have no idea what that is. Dior?
Really? Dior and I? I swear you put that on one of your lists. How do I know this movie? Dior and I.
I have not rated it.
What? How did
But I can
know
put
about
it
this
on my
movie?
watch
I
list.
always-
Have you seen it?
Put it on your I was on fuck. Kind of
Sorry.
There's a surprise at the end.
Okay.
It's not like there's a celebrity cameo.
Okay. Well,
it's just really funny. It's like
Well-
it's aged like milk.
Okay, cool.
yeah. Well, anyways, like if you do for some reason actually do plan on watching any of the Spy Kids movies, I would highly recommend number 3 because it's probably the funniest one. I don't remember
Of
too much
course.
about 1 and 2. 4 is probably going to be really bad. Like I don't know if I would even recommend that one, but if you really want to, then maybe. But
We'll
you
see.
don't expect like to. Yeah, well, don't expect to like actually do the scratch and sniff stuff because I doubt you're going to be able to find like. one
Yeah, I
that's
just
still
searched
working.
eBay and I couldn't find anything immediately. So
I remember.
no.
I remember I had a Shark Boy and Lava Girl DVD, and it came with like the 3D glasses, but it came with like the red
I
and
did
blue
too.
ones, and it was so lame.
Oh.
You actually had to go into like the options menu to watch it in 2D if you had the DVD and stuff.
I had Spy Kids 3 as well.
Aromascope.
And of
I will-
course,
I will
there's
say
a
the-
convenient amount of shots specifically designed to throw things in your face.
Yeah, I will
I'm
say though,
surprised they
like
never do like an actual 4D type experience where they just throw stuff at your face in theaters.
well, you know what? We were talking about being boozled earlier. I feel like that would have worked better for Spy Kids 4D.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
someone
maybe.
would fart and then you would like eat a fart flavored jelly bean.
Yeah, maybe we could have like a movie where they have a tie-in for a food, and it's like you have to eat this one at this time.
Yeah.
Alex
Also,
has
one other thing I want to mention
Sure.
about Kids 4 is that there is like the entire movie is all about time, and there are so many fucking time puns in that movie that it actually becomes extremely grating. The main character is named TikTok. I'm not even kidding.
Ugh.
Well, I'm definitely age well when you think
to be
about
fair,
certain
there was
platforms.
real meta.
there's a Mario 64 level literally named TikTok, but that was like in the 90s, so at least they have the excuse of time.
I know,
Hey,
but still.
That level that had that crazy speedrun glitch affected by the sun.
Hey, Kiki, we're wrapping up. If you want to raise your hand, I can get you in here for
I
a
gotta
final
set up
question
my,
or
Discord
comment.
watch party for Lake Michigan Monster soon, so I might leave soon.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Travis.
I have 2 things I want to briefly discuss, but one last thing I wanted to mention about Spy Kids 3 is Alex has Spy Kids 3 rated 5 out of 5 on Letterboxd, so if
Oh.
that says anything.
Oh, of course.
I don't think that's real, but I mean,
He gave Madagascar 2 and 3 a 5 out of 5, so sometimes he just does meme ratings.
He talked about it on Jarcast one episode, but that wasn't what I.
So he like
wanted.
recently rated it, I think.
Well, it was like in like the 200s for Jarcast. It was like an older episode.
Don't you mean Jar Media?
Same thing, but
yeah, 4 funnies
at r/FNAF. But the thing I noticed ranging from what I wanted to actually mention, I noticed you're playing one of my favorite video games, Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yes.
I literally just saw like the thumbnail in my recommended feed, so I haven't checked out any of your gameplay.
It's so edgy.
Yeah,
Are you playing it on a Nintendo 64? Because you have the copy.
I'm playing
Rare Replay.
Yeah, Rare Replay version.
Xbox. I have that version as well.
I have the N64 version. That's the only version I've been able to play because
We were told the Rare Replay is like the least censored version.
So while
You can compare it to the Nintendo 64
No, I
version?
think that's the remake of the game on Xbox.
No, it's
no.
not Live and Reloaded. That's not it.
Yeah,
Rare Replay is
Live and
the
Reloaded is
actual-
not good. Like
It was censored.
It's
it's one of those things where they
gigantic downgrade.
Like they
I'm
censored the
not
Great Mighty Pooh's song
Yeah.
for one.
Yeah,
That's
like for
weird.
some reason they decided to give the character fur effects, but like the whole point of the game is that it's supposed to look like Banjo-Kazooie or something. Like it's supposed
Very
to look like a
bizarre.
kid's game, and yet they make
Yeah.
it not look like a kid's game.
It's like playing a Ralph Bakshi movie in a way.
But yeah, the game itself
how-
is so weird.
When did you start playing that? Because I wasn't aware
Would
of
you
this.
describe it as jank?
Last week. I don't know. I wanna wrap things up.
never mind.
Oh, yeah,
Travis, was
sorry.
that it?
I'll just save what I had for my other question for next time since you're running out.
Well,
of
I
time,
mean,
but yeah.
you can ask a question. I don't know if Kiki has to leave right away or not, so maybe we'll just ask Kiki.
I
first.
wanted to talk about Barbie for a little since I don't.
I think that might be a good save for next time because that's
Yeah,
gonna be a whole discussion.
that's what I
Okay.
mean. So we could just talk about Barbie next time.
Cool. Thank you. Kiki, what's up?
Well, I do have a little bit in the grand scheme of things. But yeah, I've kind of just been poking my head in here while I was on the bus in the stream thing. So
Mhm.
I actually have seen Bottoms.
How is it?
I thought it was good. I had a fun time with it. And I don't think it was as good as Shiva Baby, but it was a very, very fun time.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was really good. And I'm kind of ashamed to say this, but I actually did see Spy Kids 4 in theaters, and
no.
yeah, it was very, very bad. Don't worry, it's not one of my 10 out of 10s.
Like,
But
here's the thing. It's not even bad in like compared to other movies. It's even bad like for a Spy Kids movie. Like it's one of
I
those.
know.
types
I just thought it was fucking boring. Like my card didn't even work. Like half of that shit just smelled like cardboard.
Weird.
Yeah, I wonder if they like reuse those things.
Probably.
Anything else?
They probably
Like,
use it
you
for
got
the army.
spared. I'll say that you got spared of the farts.
No, the fart one actually did work. That was like one of the that was one of the few that actually did work.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was so bad. Yeah, and then I guess the last thing was I'm just hoping my TIFF screenings work out because I could barely get
Keep refreshing. They show up.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep doing that. I'm probably gonna give up on Talking Heads as much as I want to see them. But yeah, I'm just hoping I can get Zone of Interest at least because I'm a really big fan of zones in general. So I think this will be a great movie.
Okay. Sweet. Well, good luck. Olivia, what's up?
Oh, you streaming tonight?
I'll probably be streaming something. I don't know what yet. I just
damn.
have to collect myself and figure some stuff out.
All right, maybe I'll skip the Fall Guy stream then.
Oh, whoa! I just realized, I, in the U.S. at least, Shark Boy and Lava Girl's free on YouTube.
Okay.
On YouTube.
Yeah, I gotta check that out.
All right, Boards of Cinema.
Oh,
This
good
is the
luck with
last. This is the final question comment before we end it.
I'll be really quick here. I want to
Sure.
thank you for helping me get set up with Blue Sky.
Of course.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you for that as well.
Thank you. I've been
Thank
trying
you.
to get a code for that.
Is there anyone in particular, you or anyone else, you would recommend following since I'm new there?
If you do a search, you can find there's like a thing where you can.
I'm gonna go for now.
You can.
All right, bye, Olivia.
I'll see you
You can
later.
input your
Bye, Olivia.
Twitter, and it'll make you follow a lot of the same accounts. It's not like a 100% foolproof. Like sometimes there'll just be an account with a similar name, but you get to like see which account you're following before you do it. I forget what it's called, but I think if you Google search it, it should show up. Because yeah, there's a lot of people that are already on Twitter that are also on Blue Sky. So yeah,
it's not going to be the same without Drill. We need Drill on Blue Sky.
Well, I think Drill made like 2 skeets. They're calling them skeets there. But I don't know. We'll see. It's like in order for the user base to be more active, you kind of like have to participate and help it grow is kind of how it works. But we'll see how it goes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I gotta go now.
Cool.
And
piece.
I gotta start my Lake Michigan Monster Discord watch party, so I gotta go. It'll be live around 7 if you're in my Discord server, but otherwise I'll see you in the next hangout, Adam. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I will figure out the date for the next hangout. It'll be in the second half of September because I'll be busy the first half for sure. So
Bye, Adam.
Bye. Peace out.